In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. Ow!
Did I get you?
I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris. And you just beat me with a phone.
I did.
You deserved it, though.
I did it. The hitting you was partly accidental.
Is that an Android device or an iPhone?
Oh, it is an Android device. Yeah.
Oh, they hit harder.
They really
I've heard.
do.
They do.
They're like
They've got more lithium in them.
They're like live bricks.
We're back.
We're back, yeah. Sorry
Oh,
about
yeah.
the month. I'm not sorry.
No.
No.
I'd like to believe you're sorry.
It's not that I'm sorry or not. It's that I'm apathetic.
It's one of those things, isn't it, where, the media-trained part of me has to do an apology, like a good YouTuber or something. But truly, like the YouTubers, I don't give a fuck.
The YouTubers don't care.
They don't
do
care.
They?
I don't care.
That's the glory of on demand.
I'm sorry,
though,
I
isn't
pretended.
it?
Surely, but if it's a proper apology,
Proper
you've
apology.
got to be like sitting on your bed and
I've
crying.
got to be crying, probably,
Yeah.
at least out of one eye.
You're good eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A wooden eye.
Yeah.
Like there's sometimes one tear runs down one
Yeah.
side, because it's like, it's
And
hard
that's
to...
the thumbnail then.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it?
It's hard to push two out.
Oh yeah.
That could just be a good phrase generally. It's
hard
hard
to-
to push.
it
It's hard
is-
to push two
it
out.
is
Definitely
hard-
hard
it
to
is
push
hard to
two
push
out.
two
It's
out.
very
It's
hard
hard
to push two out.
In any context.
Yeah.
It really is.
What you want? One good one.
You want one good one.
I think it doesn't matter what I'm talking about.
It doesn't.
Like situation agnostic.
You want one good one.
One good one.
Yeah.
One that goes straight down the basin. Oh,
I mean, when you're doing a shit,
Well, I mean
that's not what I
we
meant
could
at
be
all.
talking about
you
anything.
can talk
Yeah.
about anything. But if you did one good one of those,
That's
that's
the dream.
a good day.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah,
And you save toilet paper.
that's true. So I think that wraps everything up.
So we were away.
We were
Yeah,
away.
We were.
We have a really good excuse.
2/3 of the table.
Well, I was hoping this was going to come up because I have
You've dropped the ball.
something to
I
say.
nearly said drop the bottle a couple of times. No, go on.
I've dropped the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John's going to accuse me of cancelling last. When was it supposed to go out?
Accused is a very bold way of saying just calmly state the facts.
No. What happened,
Okay.
listener?
Okay.
I don't. Really.
Dear listener.
Dear listener.
Plural.
I don't know if I know
At-
about
at
this.
least-
What's going on here?
At
No,
least
no, no,
four. At least 4 listeners.
Yeah.
Nothing really.
Maybe less.
Yeah, maybe less.
So
So
after you went to one of your shows,
we had
first
some big
one.
old
The first
shows.
one.
first one,
The
Yeah,
second
we
one.
went to London Town.
which was the first one?
London Town.
We went to the pub, didn't we?
You and John went to the
We
pub.
went to the pub.
Did
I was
we?
excluded.
We went to Daya.
Oh, we did.
You did. I was
Yeah.
away. I remember. Yeah, I was invited.
It was mid-afternoon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look pretty knackered, which explains why you can't remember it. And you said to me on the way home, "Oh yeah, we got this Birmingham event, so we might be late back on the Thursday, so we might not be up for recording." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine, John, no problem."
As it might. I don't remember.
So
this
then I
conversation,
text you on the
but-
Thursday morning, to be fair,
Yeah.
and said,
Oh, I remember your text.
I said, "Hey, if you're going to be late back from Birmingham, I'm knackered," which I was. Liz might be going out, which she actually didn't in the end.
Oh, I see.
And then the lad, is ill, which he is. And
Yeah.
was.
Okay. Yeah.
Objectively.
Yeah.
So then we agreed mutually.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so mutual about it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Not to record.
You were mutual enough for the rest of us.
I was insistent. To
You
be
said
mutual.
it with you said it with the force of 2 people.
Yeah.
yes, which gives you,
You should never have to force 2 out.
consensus. Never have to force.
So that's why we didn't record. I hope that clears up any confusion.
And just to kind of build upon this,
Narrative.
elaborate.
It's not
ruse.
elaborate. It's really boring.
No,
this
it's
story,
true. No,
which is how you know it's true.
Yeah. So Nick and I had driven to Birmingham.
Yeah.
We had.
We'd gone to the NEC.
Oh,
You might be familiar.
That's
with
where they do big events.
National Erection Centre.
Oh, that's a joke. Write it down.
like Gardeners
World
Live. Gardeners World Live. That was on.
Oh yeah.
So if you like Gardeners World, the magazine / is it a
TV
show?
show?
Okay.
It's
Do you like
TV.
those?
Augmented reality?
Those
TV
products?
show? Maybe it's a TikTok.
Card game? I don't know.
One of them.
You can go along to Gardeners World Live and you can meet all the plants for
At
real.
at an indoor arena.
Yeah. Is that a fuchsia?
At an indoor arena.
I believe so.
At an indoor
NEC
arena.
is
Yeah,
predominantly,
yeah.
if not entirely, indoor.
Gardens are outside.
Begonia, fuchsia, all your favourites.
Peony.
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 Whatever.
Fuck.
Never said it out loud before.
I bought some for Liz, but I don't know how it's pronounced.
Okay.
Nah. So yeah, you get Gardeners World. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, the show.
NEC.
So we went there to set up. The show started on Friday.
Yeah.
And Nick and I,
This is a games expert.
blood, sweat, and tears.
Tabletop games.
Blood, sweat, and tears. We
Yeah.
drove up on the Thursday. Hard work.
Sweat, blood, and tears.
Put on our high-vis jackets.
I did see that.
We did put our high-vis
We
jackets
set up.
Yeah.
You know, we built our,
Yeah.
bleeding from fingertips.
Here's the thing: high-vis jacket, very warm.
Very warm.
Are
Very,
they?
very weird. You'd
Yeah.
think that it's open front,
Yeah.
open, no sleeves.
No.
You
No.
think
hot, though.
Pop that over a t-shirt.
Yeah,
You're not going to
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Fine, yeah.
I mean,
Boiling.
Was it really?
and that's with no trousers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Must be made out of some kind of special material.
Hey, and also like we've got folding tables, like with no trousers. That's
Yeah,
that's
you're
going
gonna get your
That
junk
is-
caught
that
in
is, yeah, you want to
something.
do health and safety
That's a
around that.
hazard,
You need some
yeah.
tape.
yeah
Yeah, junk tape.
You know what I mean?
across the nipples.
Yeah.
Just connect your scrot to your nips.
Yeah.
The most
Suck it
da-
out of the way.
The
most-
traditional method.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
most dangerous thing is there's a guy on like a little kind of quad bikey tractor kind of thing,
Pulling
with-
bins around.
Yeah, with like a little caterpillar of bins on wheels behind
Yeah,
him.
it's like a little
Oh.
train of waste.
yeah,
The waste train.
the
Yeah.
waste train. Yeah,
But he was like, yeah, it was like a full-on engine quad bike
Yeah.
inside this large like warehouse-like structure, chugging along. Yeah, everyone's setting up tables. At the moment, there's no like sort of geography because no
Yeah.
stalls have been set up yet. So
Sure.
what will become aisles and
It's just
areas,
empty space.
It's just this vast empty
Yeah.
area. So he's just driving about willy-nilly
life.
with like 4 massive wheelie bins behind him, like
Good
a
on
like
him.
a snake. Just off he goes, and that's why we have to wear high vis so he
Yeah.
can see us, obviously. But
Yeah.
like, it's terrifying.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And it's like it's an engine. So there's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fumes inside.
That's very dangerous for the flowers as well.
Well, this wasn't Gardeners
Oh,
World
sorry,
Live,
you know
yeah.
you
But
weren't at
although
Gardeners World.
it was on though,
was on in a
Gardeners
different
World
hall.
It was on in a
Live,
different hall, I
yeah.
understand.
It was
Big
somewhere,
place.
somewhere deeper in the complex.
I understand.
I wonder if Titchmarsh was there.
He must have been. He must have been.
Alan Titchmarsh.
How many
yeah,
famous
but-
gardeners are there?
I mean, there's him,
Dimmock.
Dimmock.
Those
Walsh,
brothers.
Tommy
Oh,
Walsh.
Tommy Walsh.
Yeah,
Well, he's more of a DIY man.
yeah, but he cut his teeth.
He does.
in
He
ground
does
forms.
Homes Under the Hammer now.
Yeah, does he?
Does he?
Oh yeah,
He's
he's on
alive.
Homes Under the Hammer.
How do wait? Kind of for context for anyone who
British
was
TV shows.
British TV, because
Yeah.
we have to assume that no one listening was alive when
It's
we,
either that or they're not from the UK.
yeah, in that blasted wasteland that was the late 90s.
90s,
Yeah. So ground force. Explain ground
But
force.
we're talking about Gardeners World.
Well,
yeah,
no,
but,
let's
yeah,
explain
but you
ground
brought up
force.
You brought up Titchmarsh.
I brought up Titchmarsh, to
Yeah,
be fair,
you
but
brought it,
yeah.
but you brought up Dimmock.
I did bring up Dimmock.
Yeah,
I did.
And you
And
can't really have,
we'll get into Dimmock.
Right.
you can't really have one without the other.
A lot of people wanted to get into Dimmock.
They really did at the time, didn't they?
We're better than this.
No,
We're not.
I don't think we are.
Yeah,
I don't think
No.
we are.
So ground force. Explain ground force.
Ground
Ground
force,
force,
yeah.
right. So someone's had a hard time. So like
There's always a sob story.
Have they always had a hard time?
most of the time,
often.
in some way.
You very rarely get like the person who's like everything's great.
Yeah, but I'm just shit at gardening.
I'm really rich. I can afford to have someone do this,
Yeah.
but I'd like the BBC to do
I'd
it
really
instead.
like the BBC to do it, please.
So usually it's someone who's been ill or had some kind of tragedy or is broke or whatever.
You know, nothing cheers me up
Yeah.
like a garden when I'm in palliative care.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And their family has written to the BBC. I assume directly to Titchmarsh.
Oh, probably.
I said, "Dear Alan,
Dear Alan, fucko.
dear Alan Fucko, something terrible has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you?"
I lost my watch down a drain.
But yeah, exactly that kind of thing.
The drain's in my garden.
My dog did a purple poo. That kind of thing. In the garden.
In the garden. I can't move it. It's really heavy. It's like a neutron star.
Please come to Derbyshire
Sure.
from Television Centre
Yeah, bring
and
bring medicine.
and bring medicine.
And food.
And Charlie Dimmock.
But do the garden first because that will cheer us all up.
Yeah.
And they'd always
please.
do it in like a day, a weekend,
3 days?
3 days.
Because
Something like that, yeah.
I feel like it came off the back of changing rooms.
Yes, it was basically a renovation. So they would turn up. The person inexplicably would move out of their own house
Yeah.
for a few days and not know they were coming.
Yeah,
Like
because
the
the
ground force
family
team.
who had called the BBC
Yeah.
would sort of go, oh, we're going away for a week, and it would be
Yeah.
a surprise. So they'd take them out of the house.
Wink, wink,
Wink, wink.
and
BBC
they go.
moves in.
And a hidden camera would show
And-
them leave.
And
Yes.
then this dream team would descend.
Yeah.
Which was basically 3 people.
Titchmarsh,
Yeah, who?
Dimmock.
Yeah, and
Walsh.
Tommy Walsh.
Get that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dimmock.
Dimmock. Walsh.
Okay,
So
so-
they would turn up and renovate the whole garden over a weekend.
But their specialities were like
They each had a power. They had an
yeah.
elemental
Walsh
type.
was a builder.
yeah.
Yeah.
He could build anything.
He'd build anything.
Yeah.
Kennel, he'd do that.
He'd do anything.
Yeah.
Titchmarsh was like plants
Patio?
and shit.
Patio, he'd try.
He did plants
Titchmarsh was plants.
and shit.
And Dimmock,
Water features.
water features.
Was she water feature?
Ponds,
She was
fountains.
famously water
Waterfalls.
I
features.
thought she was plants as well.
No,
she was-
famously water
She
features.
was water type.
Yeah.
And then Titchmarsh was grass type, and Tommy Walsh is rock type. Or steel type, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess.
Wonder Twin
Or
powers.
wood type.
Yes. So they would all focus
Yeah.
on their
And then there were
unique
some grunts.
properties.
Oh, and then the family would help as well, wouldn't they?
Would they?
Some of
Or
the
am I thinking
family
of changing
or
rooms?
local builders would turn up.
Oh, would they?
Are you thinking
Sometimes.
those DIY SOS, we might be thinking of something.
I
I know in
don't-
changing rooms the family helped. I think I'm getting it wrong with changing.
Anyway, it all and they sped it up and they played a theme tune over the top of it. And then there was
Yeah, that's true.
That one.
Something
What's
like
that?
that's when they sped it up.
What was an alternate theme?
Yeah, when they speed the thing like it's the Benny Hill, and they speed them up like,
Like a time lapse.
changing the garden. Time
Oh,
lapse.
I see. Like that.
And they would go.
After.
They're showing a time lapse. Yes.
Someone listening to this will recognise what I'm doing.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
And then people liked Charlie Dimmock.
Oh, sure.
I think because she was a woman. That was basically. That's not to be mean to Charlie Dimmock.
No, she was a woman
She
under
was
40.
a fine woman.
But there was
But-
another. There was another
There was another woman.
reason.
There was another.
liked
Or
her.
two, actually.
Well, and one unifying thing with those two reasons.
Yes.
She famously
Famously
did not wear a bra.
didn't wear a bra.
No.
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 And it turned out all the middle-aged gentlemen quite like that.
Quite like that. You would think that there was a danger by not wearing a bra and dealing with water features.
Just as we were talking about, like, not wearing trousers and
Yes.
folding tables.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You might think that a wet t-shirt situation may be quite likely.
And
but
attract
that-
listeners, listeners,
Listeners.
Yeah, there was
Very popular with blind.
watchers, viewers, listeners.
But that
I've
never,
been doing this fucking thing too long.
That
Talking
never
about
really-
listeners all the time.
that never
Yeah.
really crossed over in that respect. I don't think. Like it was just the lack of bra that did a lot for a lot of middle-aged
Yes.
men.
And
across
also,
the
like,
think
country.
so.
we cannot stress enough just how boring the media landscape was at this time. Like these were like two shining lights.
This is, this is kind of what I meant. Like no shade to Dimmock, but she was just a
No
woman.
shade to Dimmock.
Yeah.
She was just a woman. Like
Yeah.
it could have been any woman not wearing a bra. It would have made
Yeah.
no difference
No,
at all.
probably not.
Like-
Probably not. She's still on telly.
Is she?
Yeah, she does. I can't remember the name of the show. It's her.
Dimmock's Shining Lights.
It's yep. It's her and two brothers
Oh.
doing gardening.
Lefty and right.
Yeah. Doing gold, dear. Oh no.
Writes itself.
That's a joke.
Yeah,
That's
it
a joke.
That is comedy,
Technically,
yeah.
it
Yes.
is.
You can take that to the bank.
And they
With
both
a bank.
pitched like to the owners to do their garden up.
The two
Sure.
brothers do.
The two brothers and
And then
Charlie.
they choose one.
No, Charlie and versus the two brothers.
Oh, and then they choose
What?
one of them.
She has to fight them for business
yeah,
like
pretty
every
much.
week. Yeah.
But they don't pay. The BBC's paying. And then they go and then they pick the one they like.
Right.
And then they
And then the other
do
helps.
it.
They've only got one garden.
They just
though.
do it.
I imagine
No,
that-
they pick between the two.
Oh, it's not like they make two gardens.
No,
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 They
from
like
choose.
draw a picture.
Right.
I imagine that Charlie's often feature a lot of water.
Yeah, it's water feature every week.
Every week.
It's
There's
really
water
more.
feature.
It's more of a lake. Than
But then
a
they
garden.
help each other. Like whoever they pick, they like help each other.
Oh, that's nice.
Sure.
It's I can't remember what it's called. Garden Rescue.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what it's
I think my
called.
parents-
Garden
I
Rescue.
think my parents watched that. This stuff's like changing rooms in ground force.
Yeah.
They ran they walked so we could run.
Yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah.
It's everywhere now. People are renovating shit left, right, and centre.
It's
for
kind
the
of
Yeah.
easy though, right?
sake of it.
There's a lot of these shows. They're very daytime. They're known as now shows. These kind of things where people like it's like that Wanted Down Under we spoke about before.
Years ago. Yeah.
That kind of shit is on all the
I
time.
can't
now.
believe that's a format for a show though.
Well,
I'm
we-
thinking
I'm
of
not-
moving to Australia.
I know no one could afford the airfare anymore, so I think that show's been cancelled.
Yeah, true.
But we've established that like most
have.
of kind of TV production is like what's
People like
popular.
that. Let's make more of
Yeah,
it.
let's do it again. in a
Yeah,
slightly
do it again,
different way.
do it again. Just twist it
Change,
slightly.
changing rooms
Changing rooms.
was like they got two neighbours. I haven't thought about changing rooms in a very long time.
Yeah, they were either neighbours or on the same street. Or
and then
whatever,
they
yeah.
would swap houses
Yeah, and do up each other's
with-
single room
with
in each
with
other's-
an interior designer for hire.
correct.
Yeah, who
There would be sort of like a rogues gallery of like 10 interior designers, and each episode would feature two of them.
A rogues gallery of interior designers.
it was like Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Choose your character.
Yeah. Llewellyn Bowen.
versus
Yeah.
Carol Smythe. No, she was the host.
She was like, Linda Barker.
Oh, Linda Barker. Good call.
God.
There you go.
Wow. God, I think I just forgot something really useful. I haven't thought about the name Linda Barker.
Bring something else out. Right. Oh my God, what's my pin?
Where am I keeping my insulin? For God's sake.
But there was that notorious Linda Barker-led episode
Oh.
where she created...
The notorious.
Oh, did you not remember
What did she do?
She had this brainwave of an idea.
I think I
The
do know.
people whose house she was renovating had a collection of valuable
yeah.
teapots, super valuable teapots.
Yeah.
And Linda's idea was floating shelves in the middle of the room, suspended on chains.
Oh, no.
So like 2 chains hung from the ceiling, and between these chains was like a ladder of planks.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Right, and then all the teapots would be on those.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
built them on day 2, I
Yeah.
think. And then we see day 3 start. They come in and it's just all over the floor, and there's just smashed china everywhere.
It's great
And
stuff.
they'd fallen out of the ceiling because they
Yeah.
were shit, and they'd written off the entire teapot
Yeah.
collection. And the 2 neighbours were mortified because, of
Yeah.
course, it's their neighbour's teapot
Oh,
collection
yeah.
they've just destroyed. And Linda just kept going, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll go talk to them. I'm so sorry. This
You
is
bloody
my
right you
fault.
will,
This
Linda."
is all my fault. It's not your fault. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Of course, but it is, Linda.
It's
Yeah.
literally
It's
your fault.
absolutely
Yeah.
your fault, Linda. And then there was a very awkward scene where she had to go explain. Oh, boy.
I can't
Boy,
remember the
howdy.
outcome of that. Did she buy them new teapots?
I am imagining the BBC has
but then,
insurance.
then
for
the
this shit.
collecting is part of the fun.
You
of
may
it,
not
isn't
be
it?
able to replace some of
You
them.
can't collect. You
Yeah.
can't replace memories
That's very profound.
with the BBC license fee payers' money.
That's true. They
Didn't-
tried, though.
They did give it a go. Yeah.
Wait, and with changing rooms, they had Handy Andy.
Yeah,
they did have
they
Andy
did,
Andy.
yeah.
Handy Andy was their like
DIY man.
They're like quote unquote working class man
Yeah.
who knew how to use
Or
it.
here's Andy. He might have been to your local pub. Probably not, but he might have.
Now, Handy Andy wasn't a fighter you could choose from the Street Fighter roster.
No.
He was there in every episode.
No, but if you
was
held
there.
down and like select,
Yeah.
like he was like a secret
Up
character.
and right and then kick.
Yeah.
You get crescent kick.
He was an alternate skin for Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
He was always present. He's like the
He's
ref.
always there.
Yeah. But did he bounce? He
bounced between the two.
He bounced between the two,
Which is wild.
He had to do 2 jobs in that
Well,
weekend.
they would
Yeah.
often like sort of prioritize the one thing Handy Andy was going to do for each of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Frankly, it was his mistake for being born a poor.
Yeah. Linda Barker just blamed Andy for all the teapots.
Yeah.
Right.
He
Yeah.
was-
I think actually she did because
Yeah, he's
because
uncouth.
Handy Andy she asked him to make the shelves and he said to her, and it's on film in the episode, he's like, this won't work. The ceiling doesn't have the necessary supports to hold
Yeah.
this in place. And she's like, no, it'll be great. And he's like, no, seriously,
It will not
if we're
work.
going to do this, I'm washing my hands of responsibility.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're doing it. And then sure enough, it breaks. And then we get a shot, I think, of Handy Andy afterwards, and he's just like, I fucking told you to beep out the fuck. But like, no, yeah, he's
I do remember. Now you've said it, I do remember that.
smarter cookie than maybe
That
we gave him
happening.
credit for.
Wasn't there like a slew of like news reports, like when Changing Rooms was at its peak? Because again, they had to like renovate like 2 rooms in a weekend. It was
Yes.
a big job.
Oh, it was a
Yeah.
big job.
And like there'd always be, for the sake of a TV show, but it'd always be a bit of a rush at the end. You
Yeah,
know,
massively.
drama.
Create some
Like
jeopardy.
there's an hour left before they come back.
And then you'd hear stories of people.
There's a supporting wall missing here. and
Yeah.
They're going to be here in 20 minutes.
just found a bee's nest.
This concrete won't set for 16 hours.
Make it happen.
Hair dryers.
But yeah, like a bunch of people who'd have their house changing roomed
Yeah.
were like, yeah, it's really shit.
hate it.
Like I cannot stress
the best,
enough.
The best episodes were when they absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
And you see their face fall because it was awful. You know,
yeah,
it's
they were
like,
so excited, and then they just
the
went.
walls would be black
"Oh."
or something.
But the show demands that you have to get a reaction at the end of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
that's vital.
But there's stuff like, they'd like, because they run out of time, they'd blue tack like fixtures to the wall because it just has to look good on camera
Yeah.
for like
Oh,
20
yeah.
minutes
We just need
at
that.
most. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was like, I can't remember what it was. It might have been a like TV show about like 5 years later of people who had their rooms changing roomified. And it was just like, stuff had fallen apart, stuff had fallen. They just like completely pulled everything out because it was so bad. It's just like this stuff wasn't made to last in any way at all.
Yeah.
They all just go, "Wow, it's so incredible."
There was like, because
Oh,
this
dear.
like, I feel like these 2 shows started like a real slew of kind of like high end renovation programs.
Yeah.
Because it's around that time, didn't you start getting like grand designs and stuff like that?
Yes, that's true.
They all
People
followed
liked
on.
to see a journey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was one, it was Gardens again. It was like Garden Force, but it was bigger than Garden
Ground
Force.
Force.
What am I saying?
Garden Force.
Oh,
Garden
sorry.
Force sounds pretty cool.
What ground force? Yeah.
It's a Titchmarsh.
So it was like. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like ground force.
Yeah.
But
better.
but bigger and better. And there was
Big money.
And there was an Irish guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, this is where we started.
What accent are you doing? Me.
Irish.
There was an Irish guy.
Arr.
So they
John's
started
doing pirate.
He was called Dermot something.
Yeah.
This is not ringing any bells.
No.
What was the show?
Well, the gimmick, I can't remember what it's called. I was hoping you guys would know. But it was like Grand Designs, but for gardens.
It's a grand garden.
Grand, big gardens.
Designs.
Yeah. So they weren't, it wasn't like ground force. Let's just like
Shit something out.
we'll just shit it out and do it in like a weekend.
Yeah.
This was like, big.
Over months.
Yeah. And there was a famous one,
I don't remember.
and it was a massive garden, like really big in
Sure.
hindsight. It was a famous one because it introduced the world to the concept of like landscape architecture.
Oh.
Okay.
Because he wasn't just a gardener, he was like a landscape architect.
What was he making? Like hills?
Yeah, like you'd make like hillocks, and it was installations out of like dirt and plants.
Fuck.
And there was this one which famously had a massive, literally they called it a shark's fin because it's the only thing you can think of to describe it, but like a massive metal fin, like in the middle of the garden, like creating like a wall.
That sounds dangerous.
Like
Oh,
a
I
wrought
see.
iron wall.
So it wasn't like it had soil and grass.
no,
and
no,
everything.
no.
It was just a metal
it was
fin
a
out of the ground.
feature, like a
Oh.
feature. Yeah.
Wow, like a sculpture.
And there was this Irish guy, and he was like Charlie Dimmock, but for the ladies.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was like
he was a
Sexy
bit of-
Irishman.
the thinking,
bit of eye candy.
thinking woman's crumpet.
Yeah.
He had curly hair and an accent and dirt.
That's the equivalent of 2 pointy nipples for women. Is an accent.
Yes.
I would say. I understand women very well.
It's weird that we're all married.
How is that possible?
Yeah. Borderline successfully married as well.
Yeah,
like,
I would say so.
Yeah.
Anyway, the upshot is that
We didn't record a podcast.
we didn't do a podcast 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't my fault.
No, well, it could never be your fault, could it?
No.
No.
Nothing ever sticks on you.
I've borderline missed this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you hit me with an Android phone when the episode started, so I'm regretting that.
Well, the only thing you do know is that won't happen again because I never do the same thing.
You
That's
never
true, he
see-
never
yeah,
does.
no,
That's
no.
one of the most remarkable things about Chris.
You
right?
never get scaled.
Which is weird because there aren't that many things in this room.
No.
You'd think you would have run out.
I mean, there
by
are
now.
canvases on the wall that's going over your head at some point.
That's
So
Yeah.
probably
you
for the
know.
final
It's
episode.
well, yeah. I mean, like we're burning this
next
room.
week then.
Oh God, God
We've
willing.
always got to be prepared for the fact this
Yeah.
is getting cancelled.
Yeah. Well, we did our politics talk before we started recording, which
Yeah.
I think was very diligent of us.
It's a hot moment
Yeah.
for Britain at the moment. Politics.
Let's not talk
That's not
politics.
offensive.
Lukewarm.
Okay,
Yeah.
Luke.
it'll get hotter.
Like we've got a general election on the horizon.
That's really what I was
General
alluding to.
election.
Three
Salute.
weeks away.
Is it?
Yeah.
4th of July, Independence Day.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Time for us to get independent
We
of
mu-
the party. We don't
I'm
like.
going to be independent of work because I've booked the week off. Woo!
And the election's on the Thursday, so you'll be drinking in the lead up and drinking in the aftermath.
And in the aftermath,
Yeah.
very much so, yes.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
The only time you'll be sober is like
When I'm voting. Maybe not even then.
Maybe
Probably
not
not then.
Like, I don't think there's any rule that says you have to be sober when you turn up to.
Is there not? That's good news.
That is good.
Yeah. As long as you can draw a cross, I suppose.
Yeah. Be a hell of a.
You're supposed to draw a cross.
Oh
my god! I've
all
been drawing
these
triangles
years.
all this time.
I've been writing my name.
Be a hell of a power play to turn up with like a bottle of champagne in one hand,
Yeah.
to the voting booth.
Especially if they legally can't send you away, then it's like, what can I take?
What? Right, okay. What if I took, what could I take and they would throw me out?
A gun.
No, not like a weapon.
A gun would get you out.
That's too
Yeah,
obvious.
sorry, yeah. A Nerf gun.
Nerf gun.
It's a projectile.
Might come across as threatening. You
I
don't
think
wanna
they'd
do
probably
that,
say,
no.
"Could you leave that at the door, please, sir?"
No. Don't tell me what to do.
What about a spade? That's confusing.
spade?
Well,
isn't
unless
it?
unless you were filming Ground Force across the road.
Indeed.
It's
I
back.
I wasn't wearing a bra, so it would look a
No,
little bit like
that'd
I
be
was.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I see you're filming Ground Force.
But it's like, okay, you walk in with a spade. Is the
Yeah.
spade clean? That could be a threat. If you come in and you're dirty and the spade looks like it's being used, they'll be like, oh, he's just an honest labourer.
But what's it dirty
Yeah.
with? Blood? Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, then it's tipped
Then it's
over
a
again,
weapon.
isn't
Then
it?
it's, then it's, yeah, where's the line?
What if it's cake? Now we're
On
confused.
yeah.
You walk into a polling station with a slice of cake balanced on the end of a spade.
They're inviting you in.
I'm doing that.
Yeah,
I think that's the
They're
answer.
inviting you in.
It
if
feels
you
like
do
you're
that.
breaking a law somehow,
Yeah.
but like we don't know which one.
But
It's
because they don't know, because it might be many.
Yeah.
It might be many laws, and notoriously, if you break multiple laws at once, you get away with it.
They
because
cancel each other
can't-
out.
Yeah,
they,
exactly.
yeah, they can only prosecute you for one.
It's like
Yes.
a chicane. They essentially jam in
Yeah.
place. You know?
They
It's
do
like
say that.
It's like that YouTube myth that if you put loads of licensed music in your video, you get past the licensing problems because that YouTube algorithm doesn't know what to do about it.
Oh, that's fun.
So that's a way around it.
Put
I don't know
all-
if that's true.
Put all the songs.
Just
in
put
my
all the
video.
songs in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess someone would have to get in there first.
Yes.
true.
Yeah, I don't know how it
Yes.
works.
But if two people came at once, jam the pipes.
Well, I'm not going to do it. I'll just vote.
Pipes are jammed.
I'm not going to go with a weapon.
No.
I might take a
Or a
slice of
spade.
cake just to keep me going.
That could be nice.
Road
I
cake.
got.
I might take
a
the dog.
boiled sweet when I last voted.
That seems like a bias.
That feels like a bribe.
Did they give you a sweet because you voted a certain way?
No, just a nice man with a blue tie popped out of a hedge and he said, you know, if I just tick a certain box, I'll get
Yeah.
all the humbugs I
Did
want.
Yeah. And 3 years later, I was let out of his van.
All the humbugs I could possibly. What are you, a Victorian child?
No, I was. What's a fucking handbag?
All right, governor.
What's a handbag, Miss Home?
I try to vote governor, but I get all flustered
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
step inside.
Oh, I don't want a humbug. I want likes on my TikTok
If
account.
you don't bring me pastels with that gooey shit in the middle, I ain't voting how you want me to.
Wah.
There you go.
Anyhow,
I'm voting how I'm going to vote. No one can change my mind except
No.
for money.
Except for money, cake, and maybe a spade.
Yeah.
yeah. Could we briefly give a brief shout out to two listeners?
Oh, they came to see us.
They did.
Which proves that we have them.
Yeah. So if we
Interestingly.
let's thank
Yeah.
these two people, aka 100% of our listener base.
Yes. Congratulations.
Dan. Hello.
You're not clapping,
Dan.
Chris.
What?
Well,
I wanted to put you on blast.
you
'cause-
didn't meet him.
No.
Oh, that's true. You
Who?
didn't meet him.
Dan.
Oh.
Dan.
Dan came by the table at UK Games Expo.
I wasn't there.
He said there's a lot of things we can work on before that's fundamentally broken.
He had a list. He was quite not aggressive, but like forceful.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
What did
yeah.
he say? What did he say?
I think I told you what he said.
No, I didn't know about this.
I told you.
You didn't say you had comments about the format.
Well, apparently I don't remember the conversation we had at the pub either.
This,
so
this is what we call a bit.
Did he have comments about
no,
the
he
format?
didn't have any comments.
Oh, I
no,
thought
it's-
that was
it's-
very
it's-
well
we're
done.
having a
I
joke.
thought
No,
you
he's
were
having a
being
joke.
serious.
Dan was
Yeah.
lovely.
I'm very good
Oh,
at
you told me
improv.
you told me the rest of it.
Yeah, Dan started crying.
Yeah.
He started crying?
Yeah, because he was so emotional to
I
meet
thought
us.
you.
Yeah.
I thought you actually had comments about the
Now I
format.
believe.
then.
Now I believe you.
No,
Fucking hell.
no, okay, Nick, okay, don't, okay.
Someone hold up a sign if
Right.
we're being
Dan
Dan.
came by. Dan, if you're listening,
Dan.
shh, shh, shh.
Dan,
It's
don't
all right.
listen to this bit.
Dan, your secret's safe. It's all right. No one listens to this. So Dan came by the table. Very nice fellow,
Very nice.
and he got something in his eye while he was talking to us.
classic
remember
case.
now.
So his eye started
Classic
weeping
case.
uncontrollably.
Yes.
And he himself pointed out, he said, I just want to be very clear, I am not crying because I've met you guys.
Right. So I think maybe the takeaway from this is Dan was crying when he came
that's
to the
what they all
table.
say.
So what have we learned about Dan? A liar.
A liar. And a
wimp.
crier.
And a wimp.
And I hope you fucking took his lunch money.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said you were inspirational.
Well, I quite like Dan.
Chris Ray.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You told me that he said this.
Yeah.
I've heard about this.
Yeah, I've heard this. Yeah. So Dan, thank you for the kind words. We passed him on to Chris Ray. He wasn't angry. He was very grateful.
At first he was angry, but then we calmed him down.
I was angry and confused.
As is usually
Then
the way with you.
sleepy.
Yeah. But after I'd had a 30-minute nap,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually the way
I
with you.
understood what was happening.
Yeah.
And then who's the other one?
Just rattle through
Let's
this,
just get
John.
this
Come
over
on,
with.
Get
Come
this
on.
bit done.
I don't want to name him now. I feel we were quite cruel to Dan. Well, Dan knows what he did.
He knows
Yeah.
exactly what he did. He should
Yeah.
not have come up
Come
to
on.
us.
No.
Come on,
We
we're
react
spending
very
too,
badly
we're
when
spending
we're
too long on
surprised.
this.
No, it's
Come
like,
on.
Hey, you know who you are, and I'm winking at you. It's always a pleasure to see you. Wink. Thank you, Nick.
What was
Yeah.
their name?
What?
What
We're
was their
not
name?
saying names.
No, it's fine.
Why not?
No, it's fine.
Why not?
They demanded anonymity.
No, they
I-
did.
No, I feel,
Because
I
of
feel,
witness
because I
protection.
feel Dan got a hard time over this, so I don't want to.
Well, that wasn't me.
It was.
That was John's fault.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, John
John said he
publicly
cried. No,
to-
not my fault.
you did. Yeah.
Bad luck, Dan. Shouldn't have cried. should
Really,
you?
you're gonna get
No
one.
one's going to stop by the table after this.
You're gonna get one chance at a first impression. Dan.
No, I feel bad for the other one now because we've given Dan all this spotlight.
I think you've. Yeah.
Why didn't you just jump into a hate?
Okay, fine.
Me?
He knows who he is.
He knows who he is.
Someone can do it. Someone can do it.
I'll do it then.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. That's fine.
Fucking hell.
Go on, you do it.
You want me to do it?
You do it.
I'll do it. Okay.
No, I'll do. No, you do it. You do it.
I kind of want you to do it now.
No, I don't want to do it.
You don't want to do it.
You do it.
I'll start us off.
Yeah,
I hate
it's gonna be good.
Here we go. It's going to be amazing.
that I crashed someone's wedding
Oh,
a while ago,
What?
a long time ago, and I think about it nearly every single
did
night
you really?
when I go to sleep.
Why has this not come up?
When
Be-
was this?
a long time ago?
How long's long?
I was probably like 21, 22, something like that.
Were you really?
Yeah. So
This sounds like it's going to be an awful story.
it's not. No, it's not an awful. Well, it's kind of awful. Like
Oh,
the
no.
reason I hate
that
this.
poor couple.
This is it. That's what I think.
What did you do to them?
Well, we didn't do. It wasn't just me.
Yeah.
We didn't really do anything.
Was
but-
Dan with you?
Yeah, Dan was with
Bloody
me,
Dan.
crying constantly, which gave us away actually. So much water. So, me and my good friend Dave,
Yeah.
we used to have a habit of like, don't know what the word for it is really, but like trying to make life more exciting.
Oh,
I suppose.
sure.
Like going
Yeah.
on what we would like to think of as adventures.
Yeah.
I think we fancied ourselves as like we're not your normal guys.
Oh, yeah.
We get up to shit, right? We do fun
Sure.
shit,
Yeah.
right?
We do things.
But that usually revolved around just like bad ideas.
Yeah.
Like, and so one time we were at a friend's house for a party.
Sure.
And they lived in the middle of the countryside.
Yeah.
And there was loads of people at his house. And they all went to bed quite early.
Oh, yeah.
And Dave and I were quite drunk.
Yeah.
And Dave had the bright idea, let's just fuck off into the countryside.
Yeah.
And let's just see if we get up to some
Can't see any problems there.
see if we get up to some happens, let's just see what cracks off. So off we go, like on just the two of us. Everyone else has gone to sleep at this party because everyone was staying there.
Yeah.
Not long, and we're just deep in the dark,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
using our
yeah.
phones for light or something.
Yeah.
And then after a while, we start to hear very distantly, and we're like, oh, "There's something going on."
There's a party.
Yeah, let's head towards this sound.
Yeah.
Right. So off we trot.
Yeah.
Like and literally we're navigating purely by audio.
Sure.
Right. We found ourselves going through people's back gardens.
Yeah.
Going over fences, going over walls. Right. Really bad idea. Really, really bad idea. This is what I mean. Like I look
Yeah.
back on this, I'm like, this was such a bad
Actually,
idea.
now, like, me and John are horrified. Whereas
Yeah.
a few years ago, I probably would have found this very funny.
I've never done anything interesting. Please continue.
Well, I mean, I don't think this is the kind of thing that I or anyone should be proud of. Like, I'm genuinely not proud of it.
No,
like,
no.
Like, I think at the time I thought this will make a great anecdote that'll
funny.
make me so interesting, and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
it'll
yeah.
allow me to hook up with some ladies because
Yeah.
I show off how interesting I am.
Definitely.
Now it's just a curse on me. It's
Yeah.
a genuine curse. So trespassing through gardens.
Yeah.
But I should also clarify. At this point, my arm is in a sling.
Yeah.
Right, because I had weeks previously,
Yeah.
maybe a month or so previously, I dislocated and fractured
Oh.
my shoulder. But I still did this.
Yeah,
off
yeah,
off
yeah,
we
yeah.
go, right,
Keep
out into the
going.
wilds. So I'm clambering over walls and fences in
Yeah.
a fucking sling, right? And then we get shot of all of these gardens, and we're just
Yeah.
out in the fields. But it's getting louder. We're getting
Yeah,
closer,
yeah,
and then
getting
eventually
closer.
we reach the walls of what must be some private land,
Yeah.
and we fucking scale this wall. Now it
Good.
must have been like, well, it's taller than our heads.
Yeah.
This wall. So I've no idea how I did that in a sling.
So about 3
Again.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 3'1".
3 feet. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're in this what looks like a massive garden.
Yeah.
Right, kind of, but it's really big. It's like trees. There's like outbuildings.
Uh-huh.
And we're like knee deep in dry leaves because I think it was kind of autumn time. I can't
Yeah.
remember. And we realise that we can see the party going on.
Ah.
But it's like I don't know, like 100 yards away.
Yeah.
And they have no idea.
You
we're
can't give
here.
up at this point, though.
Well, indeed, yeah, but they have no idea we're here, right?
Yeah.
Because it's big enough that we've scaled this wall, dropped into the leaves on the other side,
Yeah.
and no one would have heard. The music's
Sure.
loud enough, they're far enough away, and it's not lit. We're in complete darkness.
Yeah.
right?
That's
So-
better. That's,
yeah.
no,
That
no.
sounds all right, doesn't it?
Doesn't sound
Bear
creepy
in
at
mind as well,
all.
what we're wearing, right, is like hoodies,
Yeah.
dark hoodies, and like I don't know, tracky bottoms or something.
Yeah.
trainers.
Oh, sure, yeah,
So
yeah,
we look,
yeah,
and I'm in a sling.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it looks really good.
Yeah.
Optics on this.
I
are-
think if the old bill had turned up at this point, you probably would have been fine.
I
yeah.
think we'd have been fine.
They'd
Yeah.
probably have arrested the couple, actually, for allowing you to trespass.
Exactly.
so
I think if
efficiently.
anything, like they're in the wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
So then we sneak up to these sheddy sort of outbuildings, and it's when
Yeah.
we realise that we're in the grounds of what must be a massive house.
Yeah.
Because past these outbuildings is a pool,
Oh, God.
and there's loads of people, and the pool's lit up,
Yeah.
right? So there's loads of people around this pool, and they're all drinking, and some of them are in the water and stuff, and some of them are like fully clothed in the water. So it's kind
Oh.
of a bit raucous.
Yeah.
But then it's when we realise that all the men are in suits and all the
see.
women are in dresses.
It's a
Okay.
wedding.
And
Wait.
wait.
What was it a wedding?
Well, I think it was. For a reason I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Right. Why? What are you thinking?
Well,
I'm thinking swingers party at the moment.
it could be a swingers party.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't know how big swinger parties get. Do they get pretty big?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like...
ours is pretty.
Hey!
As a leading
Where's
expert
my
on
invite?
swingers parties, yeah.
Yeah.
100, 150 people here?
Okay.
It's a big swingers
Yeah,
party. But it could be.
That's an evening. Yeah, that's an evening.
That's.
I think there were some people in various states of undress in the pool.
There's people in the
Yeah.
pool. Wow.
Yes, and some of them were like in the pool fully dressed, like I said. Some of them weren't, but I don't think they were in swimming costumes, if you see what I mean.
I see.
I think they were having
in their pants.
fun. Yes.
So this is either like, is this a really cool wedding? Is my question. In a way that none of
People-
us have ever
Oh,
had.
no, that's
I
not
think
true.
it was a really rich wedding.
Interesting.
And I don't know how cool it was, but I think they were probably in their early 30s.
There's a level of debauchery that only comes about if you maybe own an estate.
Yeah.
This is what I'm
somewhere.
thinking.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Or there's a certain level of debauchery that only occurs when you have a pool. You know what I mean? And it's like,
interesting.
if any of us had had a pool at our weddings,
Somebody,
have-
somebody would have ended up in
Maybe.
that pool.
it would have descended.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so at this point, I'm kind of like, okay, well,
Well, we've seen the event.
Dave was always worse than me.
Yeah.
I think we've had a lot of fun,
This
Dave.
sounds like all
Yeah.
Dave's fault.
I think
Yeah.
it's all Dave's fault.
based on what I'm hearing.
And that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
insist upon. He
yeah,
listens to this
yeah.
show, by the way.
Yeah.
He's our fifth audience
Oh, wow,
member.
that's good. Okay.
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
putting
Wait,
him,
okay.
putting
Jesus
him on
Christ.
blast big time.
So after tonight, we're going to lose 20% of our audience.
No
Fuck
one
me.
told me we had 5 listeners.
We have to up our game.
What the hell?
It's going up by the minute.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Right, so anyway, Dave's a really bad influence.
Yeah.
And at this point, like, no, I was, to be fair, I was very much up for all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until this point.
Right.
Right. Where now I was like, I don't know what the more there is to do.
There's now a risk you could get hurt.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
one of the naked men.
The quest was find the music. We found
Yeah.
the music. We
Yeah.
found what I think might be a wedding. I think we're done.
Yeah.
And Dave was like, no,
We're going to the wedding.
we're going to talk to someone.
No.
And I was like, I'm not sure about this part, right? Because look at us and look at them.
Because there's also like there's like
Oh,
oh
no.
this is charming. These two young lags
Yeah.
have crashed our party. That's funny.
That's funny.
That's funny. You should probably leave. That's probably like the best.
That's the best
outcome.
case.
That is literally the best thing. That
Arguably, one of the worst outcomes is these two lags are in the process of robbing the house.
Yes.
and they have stopped by the party to kind of, I don't know, distract from their crime, which they're currently doing.
And the funny thing is that scenario is actually closer to what ended up happening, and I'll explain why in a second. But that scenario did not occur to me at all, and I was already reticent to do any more.
How has this not come up?
Right.
before?
I'm amazed that what are we on? And we by the way, we hang out outside of this show.
Yeah.
And this has never, ever, ever come
It was
up.
when I realised this, because as I say, I think about this a lot, and I feel a lot of regret about it.
Yeah.
And it was when I realised that I hadn't told you that I was like, oh my God, this is gold. I've
Yeah.
got to bring this to the show because
Yeah.
I haven't talked about it yet.
I guess the question is, because assuming we have a sixth listener and it's like Officer what's his face down in, is this finally going to solve a cold case he's been?
Well, this is genuinely
It might do.
why it haunts me, right? Because like I'm gonna get onto it. But
sorry, yeah.
What if the bride's listening and she's finally gonna find out? Like, do you know what I mean?
I mean, there's
My
more
point-
chance you'd run into her on the street.
My
I
point
think.
is not necessarily that obviously that's likely, but my point is, and what I'm going to get to is that her wedding and the memory of her wedding day is forever marked by two fucking weirdos, right? And one day, if she was to ever find out who that was, it is kind of like a cold case, like conclusion,
Yeah.
right? It's like, anyway. So Dave says we have to talk
I'm
to
fully
someone.
into this, by the way.
What did they do?
This is
What did they do?
building suspense.
We have to talk to someone.
I'm glad I let you
Oh,
go
you
first.
gotta talk to someone.
And I think his idea was, it's not, the quest isn't complete. We never use the word quest, but
Yeah.
the quest isn't complete until we have, in his sort of idea, I think, in his words, like, integrated ourselves. I think
Sure.
he honestly thought that we
You could
that we
become
could-
part of the wedding.
That we could just become part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was starting to think less that this was possible.
Yeah.
But I was actually still fully on board. This is
Yeah.
the wild thing. Like, I didn't think this was a good idea, but I also did not think it could be bad.
Yeah.
I thought the charming situation was still very likely, right?
Yeah.
So I said to Dave, well, okay, well, what are we're going to go up to a group, because there were groups of people everywhere. What are we fucking going to say? Because, like, and he says, I know, we ask where someone is. We ask where another person
Oh,
is.
no.
Where's Brian?
Right.
Where's Brian?
And I said, okay, well, we're whispering by a shed at this point, right? Just a couple of charming boys.
But you're
having
wearing hoodies.
Yeah, man.
Just a couple of charming boys. One of them's injured.
One's in a sling. We're both in black hoodies. We're covered in filth. Anyway, he goes, we should ask for someone. I said, well, what name? It's got to be pretty generic because I know there's lots of people here.
Yeah.
And he goes, and I swear to God, this is what he said. He goes, let's ask for Sarah McLaren. And I said, I don't know. I don't know whether we need the surname. But he seemed very sure.
Oh yeah, because if you say Sarah,
never use a surname.
No, because if you say Sarah, there's going to be a lot of Sarahs.
There could be a few Sarahs,
yeah,
right?
But
Exactly.
Sarah, no,
Oh,
sorry, I
God.
meant Sarah McLaren.
Yeah. So, actually, to be honest, I'm not sure whether I had the presence of... I was very drunk, as well, I should mention. Like, I'm not sure I had the presence of mind to know that adding the McLaren was a bad idea.
Imagine two smelly boys turning up to your wedding and saying,
This is my point! This is my
Unbelievable.
point. So, we choose a group,
Oh God, she's
right,
a group. Yeah.
of people to invade. We go up to them. And
Yeah.
Dave, brazen as fuck. Like, this is... If honest, like, I've got to hand it to them.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Oh, hey! And this woman turns on us in the group, and her face is like... I can see it right now in my eyes. Like thunder. And she's just like, who are you? And Dave just goes, oh, we're just here to see... or looking for Sarah McLaren. And she goes, this is my wedding. I'm the bride.
Wait.
Who the fuck are you?
Wait.
I'm calling the police.
Wait. She's what? Wait.
We picked one group of people.
Wait, no.
Had the fucking
wait,
bride.
wait. Sorry, wait. Wedding dress? Was she wearing a wedding dress?
I think she was. Yeah, I think she was.
that's unreal.
I think she was.
That's unreal.
But I didn't notice that. Dave didn't notice that.
Okay. Now,
This is my wedding.
Okay,
Who the fuck are you?
Whoa.
Is this, it sounds to me like this is imprinted on your brain.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This exchange.
how have you? I mean, like, I have so many things. Like when I'm trying to,
this,
like,
by the
yeah,
way,
everyone
is
has.
absolutely horrifying.
Everybody has shit. I have stuff that keeps me awake. The awful stuff I did, and it's like,
I thought that by telling you guys I'd feel better about this, but I feel so much worse. This isn't
I
working
think
at
if
all.
you'd have
This is why therapy doesn't work.
If you'd have told me 10 years ago, I'd be loving this.
yeah.
I still am, actually. Yeah. But in a different way.
For a while, I loved it telling this story.
So the funny thing is, I can imagine you and Dave coming up with, like this perfect plan. He's going to walk up.
We're just going to walk up.
Go. We're going to talk to anyone. Literally anyone at this party will do. We're just going to talk to anyone and say,
We'll go to
"Hello."
that woman in the white dress.
She looks nice.
She looks like she knows what it is.
She looks angelic.
She's radiant.
Oh, you're glowing. You're glowing. You're a pretty...
Hi, you're the most attractive woman here.
So there's the
Oh,
the
God.
gulf between the plan and your expectations and the reality. And I would like to say, I think in hindsight, it probably had nothing to do with the manner in which, like the plan.
Dave was very polite.
The plan
Yeah, oh,
pretty
sure it
solid.
was, yeah.
Okay, polite. You know,
Charming as
he
fuck.
he got the words out without slurring. He said, "I'm looking for Sarah McLaren."
He had
All
less
great.
blood on his face than you'd think.
Like, you know.
He had some blood, obviously.
Okay, come on. So, okay, this is my point. Plan, honestly,
There's never no blood.
Top tier.
flawless, absolutely
plan.
watertight. And then we get the 180-degree flip where we see
It's
these
such a
two.
come down. We're going to become part of this wedding too. I'm the bride. Who the fuck are you?
And then we just see you as the world sees you. And I think it wasn't what you did, it was how you looked and where you were.
I 100%
Yeah.
agree. And honestly, I've never sobered up so fast.
You cannot turn up to a wedding, and even if you know them, in a hoodie.
No.
Let alone if you're a stranger.
Because if you think about it, because we have all gotten married.
Oh, man.
This is why
Yeah.
it's such a problem for me now.
Yeah,
Because I know how special that day was for me.
Yeah, but we have all gotten married.
We've all gotten married.
And there are a lot of people at weddings.
There are.
And some of them are like, you're
Oh,
a
God.
cousin, a second cousin, a fourth cousin. Like I probably would struggle to name every single person at my wedding.
And yet you would be the one most likely to be able to.
Okay, maybe yes, but I'm just saying, if someone at my wedding just said, "Excuse me, I'm looking for Sarah McLaren," my thought would not be, "Who are you?"
No.
I'm just putting it on the table. My thought would probably be like, "Oh, hey,
Who are you?
I don't know."
But that's you.
No. But my point is, if a normal person came up to me
In
and
a
said,
suit.
"I'm looking for Sarah," And I'd be like, oh, hello, I don't recognise you. Who are you, by the way? This is my wedding. Nice to meet you. So you must have looked ghastly. This is my point.
I think we did. Yeah, but you're so polite though.
Yeah.
So, like 21-year-old kid would go, all right. Let's call this what it is. You and Dave went up to the bride and went, hello, I'm looking for Sarah. Sarah McLaren.
Sarah McLaren.
You're pissed up.
Yeah.
And I would be like, I'd be the same. Who
Yeah.
the fuck are you?
She was both shocked and furious.
Oh, yeah.
In one hot mix.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you get a photo?
I asked for one. She said, "Get the fuck off my property," which is really weird.
All right. Sorry, Chris is dying.
Oh, God.
I honestly think at that moment,
All right, I'll leave, but not before a picture.
I bolted at that point, and I don't think Dave did.
We have to, like, guarantee we're in it. Oh, no. Oh, nothing to worry about, miss. It's all good. You know.
The weird thing is that if my memory serves, and this is where it does get a bit hazy.
I feel like I'm dreaming at the moment. I feel like this isn't really happening.
I swear to God, every word of this is like gospel truth. I think he doubled down.
Oh, so wait, his mate in a sling
Pegged it. And I think as I was running, he went, no. I know Sarah McLaren. I think he tried. I think he tried again.
No. Oh, Dave.
Anyway, then
He's so lucky he didn't get chucked in the pool.
Brave warrior.
I think people started to move then. Like
Yeah.
other guests became aware
Oh,
that
God.
something was wrong. I was already further
God,
away. I was
just
like
God.
10 yards away. And then he ran.
Yeah.
And then we cleared the wall. And then we were just gone into the night.
Into the night.
And I think we slipped down a little ravine.
Down a hill.
Yeah. In our haste, and we didn't stop running for so long.
Yeah.
And then we sat for a while in a barn that we found, and we were like listening out for sirens because we were convinced that they would have called the police on us. It's like, and then we fell asleep in the barn for a bit, which is weird. But yeah, so that was. I regret that so deeply, so like profoundly, because what if it ruined her night?
I mean, if it
What
was,
if it did? She looked so scared and angry to a lesser extent.
I feel like if it only lasted that long,
It was very,
which is what 5 seconds,
10 at most.
it probably became a funny story.
I hope so. Fuck.
I genuinely think that.
You
Eventually, maybe not for a while, but eventually.
I wonder whether they did call the police. This is my thing.
They may have.
done.
Yeah.
They may have.
Uncle Jerry may have called the police.
Yes.
I mean, you're so lucky there wasn't like a massive bloke standing right behind you.
I know.
Because
We just
Jesus
turned his head,
Christ.
smash into him. It could have gone so bad.
Yeah.
It could have gone so bad.
Cousin Barry, you know.
There are so many worse
Built like a brick
scenarios
shithouse.
than what happened, I would say.
Oh, God, there are.
Like
I mean,
you-
it's pretty bad that we chose the party with the bride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, can we just come back to that? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
the dress, like, you know, this whole thing about only one person at a wedding wearing white, you know.
In our defence,
Okay,
here we go.
I am colourblind.
The group we chose were a fair distance from the shadows we were hiding in. And I think she was on the other side of the
Oh,
group.
yeah.
So when we arrived, the circle parted
And-
to reveal
right.
the bride to us, at which point Dave was already talking.
Yeah.
And also, we were drunk enough to not pay attention. I think at that point, I still didn't even think it was a wedding. I think I thought it was a party.
Yeah.
That's how fucking stupid I was, or drunk, or both. I don't know. But I hadn't really put it together. It wasn't until she said, "This is my wedding," that I was like, "Oh fuck, it's a wedding." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, but let's talk about. I just really want to drill down on this because it's like an unfamiliar face turns up at a party.
With some blood on it.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, you know, they turn up and they're wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Don't really think much of it.
Yeah, it's probably Uncle Barry's new girlfriend.
Maybe they turn up and they're wearing like a shirt, no tie, and trousers.
Maybe that's kind of forgivable.
And you might go, oh, maybe they're.
It was late, so the party's progressed.
Yeah, maybe
the tie
they're.
off.
This is a hotel. Are they staying in the hotel? Maybe they're. You know, is there other functions going
Maybe
on?
they've just
nearby?
come casual.
Are they part of the waiting staff? Have they come casual? You know, maybe they turn up. They're wearing like a t-shirt. I'd be like, okay, maybe. Why?
Maybe they
are you?
changed.
Are you? I'm looking for Sarah McLaren. Oh, are you? Are you a taxi driver or
Oh,
something?
yeah. Or were you maybe in the wrong event?
Yeah.
Like, best case?
So, how terrifying do you have to look to instantly,
yeah.
like,
I think the word ghastly is very appropriate.
yeah,
I think we looked ghastly.
yeah.
I think we looked villainous,
How long had you been
cavorting through the fields.
Yeah, like Strider.
45 minutes,
45
maybe an hour.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, we were far from the party that we
Sorry,
left.
I feel like I feel like the first sentence of this anecdote may have got overshadowed by the, everything. But like you, this started at a party.
I think it was a party. Yeah,
You were at
we
a
were at
party,
a friend's house, staying
Yeah.
the night there, staying late and drinking.
and you just went walking.
Well, everyone else stopped partying and started going to bed.
Fucking losers, that lot.
They were fucking losers, is the answer, obviously. That
What
you're
time was
asking
this?
for.
What time did you get to the wedding?
I couldn't tell you, but it's probably midnight, if not
it's
later.
a late
Yeah,
wedding, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's still going on.
maybe later than that actually,
Yeah.
because we probably spent a good time at our event
Yeah.
before we left.
Thing is, there is that danger.
Oh man.
Because you think about a lot of weddings happen at isolated locations.
Mm.
Isolated.
This was very
locations.
isolated
Yeah.
A lot of people.
No
with,
wonder the police didn't turn up.
for a while.
A lot of people with blood and friendship ties, very close.
Very close.
A lot of alcohol.
A lot of booze.
A lot of drunk people who care very deeply about each other
And lots of
at an isolated environment.
Yeah.
and
you know.
a knife to cut the cake with.
There's a lot of emotions. There's a big. We had a big knife to cut the cake.
We had a big knife.
You know, there's a bladed weapon on site.
There's at least one.
So, I'm actually now I'm spelling it out.
I know,
I
I know,
actually, I actually
I know.
think crashing a wedding could be exceptionally dangerous.
Oh,
because,
believe me, I have
yeah.
thought this many times.
Because if you're gonna kill a random man in a sling and a hoodie, like
He's already weak.
yeah, no one knows
Yeah.
he's here.
No one
Nobody
knew we
knows
were
that.
there.
I
Yeah.
think
We didn't even tell the people we left, the party we left, where we were going. We didn't know where we were going.
of sort of how it could have gone to like worst case scenario. I don't even think that's that bad.
No.
I think you've done all right.
Well,
Like,
actually,
best,
yeah.
Best case scenario is Sarah McLaren's there.
Well,
She
I mean,
never-
And
that's
she just goes, "Oh, I'm Sarah McLaren."
who the fuck are you?
No,
She
no,
never did
no,
get
no.
that message.
Would you like to have sex? That kind of thing.
Sure.
That would have been.
That's
yeah,
what the American Pie outcome.
the
would have been.
ideal scenario would have been. Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Sarah McLaren.
Would you both like to have sex with me?
Let's go somewhere.
Let's spit roast.
Yeah. Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no. Oh dear.
That was, I think, maybe what we were hoping for.
Yeah.
You know,
Sarah McLaren was there and she wanted you to be there. That's the best case, isn't it?
I think the irony of it all
well, no,
was,
I think that's an awful case.
Do you?
Well, I guess if she
I
wants
think
you
it's
to be-
better.
she
I think
wants
it's better
us,
than
yeah.
someone drowning Nick in the pool.
Because it'd be awful if you go like, "Hello, we're looking for Sarah McLaren. Hello, I'm Sarah McLaren. It's my wedding day.
I don't know who the fuck you
Who
are.
the fuck are you?"
Oh, that would have been bad, yeah.
Why-
But if Sarah
But
McLaren
actually-
had been
no, no, no,
there
no,
and
no.
gone, "Oh, how lovely to see you, Nick and
If
Nick
there
and
had
Dave."
been a Sarah McLaren there
Yeah.
and she didn't know who we were, we could have rode that out and been like, "Oh, we were looking for a Sarah McLaren and it got us to here."
Yeah.
Yeah, in the choose your own adventure branching path, if the bride turns around and goes, "Oh, actually, yeah, Sarah McLaren is here.
Yes.
She's my maid of honor. Let me just call her."
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Hi, I'm Sarah. What are you doing?
What are you
What are you
ghastly
doing
boys?"
here?
What then?
What then?
We go, you're not the Sarah McLaren
Oh.
we were thinking of.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So what an innocent mistake.
yeah.
That's chickening out. Now you just go,
We chickened out anyway.
Don't you? What do you mean, Sarah? It's us.
I bolted the instant I knew we
Sarah,
failed.
Sarah, it's us.
Sarah,
Nick,
Sarah,
Sarah.
And then she just goes, "Oh yeah."
Oh,
don't you
Nick and
remember?
Dave."
Out
Yeah.
of politeness, she's just like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, and then you stay and have a lovely time at the wedding.
And we have sex.
Yeah, sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
In the pool.
And then, of course, because people in the pool, what you should have done.
There we go.
Right. If
There's a lot of things I should have done.
I know, in hindsight, yeah. If there's people in the pool, they may have taken their jackets off.
Grab a jacket.
You could have
Put
grabbed
it over a
jacket.
hoodie.
Yeah, put it over.
Hide my sling. I suddenly look like a guest.
Yeah. Now,
I mean,
again,
these are all things that are great. Like 17 years
I
later,
cannot-
to be thinking of.
I cannot.
Yeah, it's about 17 years later. Yeah.
You know what's funny? And you probably think about this when you're trying to fall asleep.
Oh, 100%.
Uh,
I'm going to think about it a lot tonight.
old Sarah McLaren. She's probably married now. After that event,
You
we
mean the
have
bride?
we have to assume that
she may
that-
still-
there. She didn't exist.
You missed that part, John.
Yeah.
She did not exist, John.
But
We fucked that
after
part.
so that, you were like 21.
Yeah, maybe
Ish,
younger.
yeah.
I can't remember.
So
actually.
not only
Maybe older.
not only is she married, hopefully that marriage lasted despite the trauma.
I think we ruined it.
She could have like 15, 16-year-old kids.
Who wear hoodies and
Give or take.
slings and go
Yeah.
off into the night.
Imagine if they got a divorce.
because of that.
Because of this is the thing.
It's not
I
gonna
don't
work.
know what kind of impact.
Her husband might have gone, why did you throw those nice boys out at the wedding?
But when
And
she,
then
look
that
lovely.
was a snowball
but he'll be like,
effect.
oh, like 50 years from now, oh, Gam Gam, tell us that cool, tell us that
story
funny,
about those
that
weird
funny
boys.
story about those 2 yobbos that turned
But
up
listen,
on your
right,
wedding day.
My wedding.
Yeah.
One of the most exciting things that happened at my wedding was that the bus for the band
Yeah.
got stuck in a muddy field.
yeah.
It certainly did.
Right.
Yeah.
And did you?
So did our car, actually.
Some of the best men.
No, I didn't push it out of a field. I did push a hog
That's right, a hog roast.
back into a van.
That's right.
That
That was your
yeah.
your role.
Because it turned out the hog man,
Hog man.
hog man cometh. The hog man who you booked didn't actually come.
No.
His nephew did.
A replacement hog.
Yeah, he's like, all right, mate. Yeah,
Hogman
I-
Jr..
I've got a pig here on a spit.
It's Sarah McLaren here.
The pigs in a sling. And I tell that story. Like, if ever I'm talking about my wedding, I'll tell the story
Yeah,
about
yeah.
a funny story about a bus getting stuck in a field or the hog being late or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, you remember that shit. She is definitely telling the story of 2 fucking
Yeah.
yobbos, one in a sling, showing up at her wedding. She is definitely telling that story
But
to whoever will listen.
This
But
could
it's
be
good.
a-
It's good that she tells the story because she's comfortable enough to tell it.
Yeah.
I hope so.
This could
Oh,
be
we
a
don't actually
fun.
know, do
This
we?
could
But-
be a fun story that
That is best case.
generations will talk
I think
about,
it's either it's either a funny anecdote or an unsolved crime. Isn't
Or
it?
both.
It's it's one or the other, or both. Yeah,
But would you rather?
funny unsolved
but
crime.
but not neither.
Not neither.
But what's preferable, that happening or one of my uni friends' wedding? Well, one of his weddings. One of my
Oh,
uni
I've
friends'
heard this.
wedding.
This is a
yeah,
good story.
Literally, first dance, steps on the dance floor, dislocates his knee, falls over.
Oh my god. That's pretty bad.
That's the joke.
Fuck me.
I think we're awful people. Anyway, yeah, like I dislocated his knee. Oh god,
That's pretty
had to
bad.
go straight to the hospital with his bride. Just left everyone else to party.
At least that's no one's fault.
Got
though.
married on a Wednesday.
Oh man. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I guess. That's made me feel better.
I
Thanks, John.
I take 2 guys in a hoodie.
2 weird, ghastly boys.
god, good. Was she definitely in a wedding dress?
I can't really remember.
What's
I
she
can
like?
remember her face, but I can't remember.
Oh, I'll tell you
Why
what.
would
though,
she lie? I
The
suppose.
thing is, she could have changed.
She could have
She
lied.
could
Yeah,
have
she
changed
could have
into her
changed.
evening dress.
But why would she lie?
But what
Why
if-
would she lie?
No, but what a power play though.
Imagine
my
that.
wedding.
Might not have been a wedding.
Yeah, what if you're just like one of the
Yeah.
bridesmaids and you're like, these
might-
2 fuckos, I'm going to run
Maybe.
interference.
Running.
Maybe they weren't supposed to be there.
That's making me feel way better.
God,
What if
yes,
we, me
it's-
and
They-
Dave, were
they-
supposed to be there?
They
It's a
broken
double
in.
grift.
They broke in.
Yeah, we're
had a
having
party.
an illegal rave
Then she's like, "Oh, it's my wedding."
in order to, because they thought we were
Don't
secret
know.
agents.
Oh my God.
Like CIA.
Or no, because they were
MI6.
No, it's not about agents. They were scamming the bride and the groom, and they saw you getting in on it.
What, they had invaded the wedding earlier?
they'd invaded the wedding earlier.
But
Yeah.
they'd probably done a better job because they were in fancy dresses and shit.
because of course
Oh yeah,
did
they
a better
they,
job. What are you talking
they
about?
thought ahead. I mean, also it was definitely their wedding. But,
Yeah.
But you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to make me feel better here. But
Yeah.
the truth is, that's garbage.
Oh, I can't believe that's never come up.
Yeah,
can't believe I never
that's wow.
Oh, well, I don't feel any better after telling you. At all.
No, oh,
If
sorry.
anything, I do
yeah.
feel
yeah,
much,
I
feel much worse.
yeah.
No, I think it'll be fine. I think I think
Thanks. No, thanks.
no one's ever going to find you.
no.
I mean, they
there's-
haven't for 17 years.
too-
or whatever the
it's
fuck
too late
been.
now.
I think you're probably okay.
Yeah, well, I've moved away from that area as well,
Yeah.
partly for that reason.
Partly for that reason.
I think
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Christ alive.
Ah, well,
Good.
hope
I
am.
enjoyed that.
Yeah, well,
I think we may have drawn attention in the past to how because you're like such a nice guy and you're very accommodating, like you're always kind of just up for pretty much anything.
I had a very weird and, in retrospect, bad attitude when I was younger.
Bad.
Which was to always say yes on the basis of thinking, adventure and anecdotes and living a life of stories is better. And Dave and I very much kind of had that thing in common where we were just like, we never want to just settle for the boring kind of thing.
Yeah.
That didn't mean we had to crash random person's wedding.
Probably not.
Really, no.
Yeah.
Like maybe that evening could have been fun because we found that barn and slept in a barn.
Yeah.
That could have been the whole
That's a good
story.
story.
That could have been the story. Didn't have to go as far as to crash someone's wedding. And I think now I want nothing more than to be boring.
Oh yeah.
Because I know that the reason all of my injuries that I have, the breaks that I've had, have all been off the back of me wanting to be adventurous and to say yes to life and to live life to the fullest and all this kind of stuff, which was very much like what my younger years were all about. And I have nothing but regrets and broken bones to show for all of it. And it's just like, I've learned a lot.
You got content for the podcast.
I think
That's true.
I think it is kind of telling that this incident happened like apparently a week after you
broke something.
Yeah, because I know how you broke your spine. How did you break your shoulder again?
Mountain boarding.
Mountain boarding, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't very good at it.
No.
And I fell off it on the only patch of tarmac on the course that I was on.
Good.
And I smashed into the ground and dislocated my shoulder.
Yeah.
Oof.
And I cannot stress enough because I don't want this to sound like a criticism because you are such a nice guy and you're always up for anything.
Well, I was.
But I also remember at Chris Frey's stag.
Yes, this is a good example of
which
it.
is a classic example where
I nearly died.
We were kind of told you can use the entire premise.
Oh, yeah.
There is like a kind of
like adventure playground.
Yes, this was
around
like
the corner.
within 5 minutes of arriving, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
Well, I was very excited about the adventure playground.
yeah. And there was a sign.
Not everyone had arrived yet.
And they hadn't done maintenance on it for the summer, so it was covered in broken wood and like bits of tree.
There was one very significant spur of wood sticking out of the ground.
Kind of something like
Buffy would use to kill a vampire.
Yeah, or it was like a Tolkien-esque battering ram, like just on the floor, like something like an Uruk-hai would use as a shield.
Yes, a thorn ram, if you will.
Yeah. That's just got jagged edges, and there was what are
they called? Where you
rope swing.
Well, it's not quite rope
Zip
swing.
line.
Zip line,
Yeah.
And it's like
It's sort of half between the two, really.
and there was like a zip line, and this whole thing looked a bit like everything about it was a bit like this could all just fall apart. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
It
you,
did.
because you were again
Jumped on it.
Jumped on it.
Straight on, you were.
Literally, no one asked.
No,
just to set a good example.
Again, like I think
It collapsed, didn't it, in on itself?
Well,
The rope snapped.
The rope snapped,
the rope snapped. Yes,
and you landed.
which is
on.
actually really, in my defense,
Yeah.
that's really bad.
Not your
Oh, it
fault.
is, yeah.
But
not my fault, but also wouldn't have happened if I hadn't jumped straight
But you
on.
start sliding. You just jumped on. You start sliding.
Having a time of my life.
You passed over this big jagged.
The thorn ram.
Yeah. And then the rope snapped, and you
And
fell,
fell straight down.
onto your ass.
Yes, and I only fell like a foot or something.
Which is fine because your spine hasn't taken any major
no,
injuries.
exactly.
No, in the past.
If
Yeah,
I
it's
had
fine.
though fallen onto the thorn ram,
Yeah.
it would have probably pierced a kidney.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been really bad.
Yeah.
It would have ruined your stack.
It certainly would have put a damper on the mood.
Yeah. Initially, yeah.
Initially, you'd have got over it.
Yeah.
That was embarrassingly recent, but also potentially the very last time.
Yeah.
That was the moment at which I realised I don't think I will ever do this sort of thing ever again.
No.
Because I'm not suited for it. Bad stuff keeps happening.
Yeah. It's almost like the pursuit of adventure will eventually lead to misery.
Yeah.
You can quote that if you like.
Write that down.
Get that tattooed on your ass.
Yeah. I think I've like you said, in many ways what happened with Sarah McLaren and the wedding probably ended as best as it could have done. Really, despite all the awfulness.
Yeah.
That it
I
could
think
have.
you're at the high end of it.
If I've had this much luck in all of my various misdemeanors and adventures, now I should stop while I'm high. Do you know what I mean? Like I
Sure.
should quit while I'm ahead. I'm done now.
Yeah.
I only fractured my spine a bit, broke my shoulder once, and broke my wrist twice.
Yes.
You know?
Wait, the wrist.
Yeah, I broke my wrist twice.
How did you break your wrist?
One time when I was in America and I fell off a climbing frame.
Oh, yeah,
And
that
then
was
one time when I fell up a tree when I was climbing it a lot later on.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, good. And next week, I will tell you how I crashed my own funeral.
Well, your equivalent is probably like jumping over that fence. That's probably like.
Oh, yeah, you impaled yourself.
Yeah, impaling
That's a
yourself.
pretty big
on
deal.
Well, we
that
don't really
spine.
know what happened because I was unbelievably pissed and it was dark.
You did have a hole in your leg.
I think the
There was
triangular-shaped hole in your leg.
The
probably,
odds are there was a piece of my leg on that fence.
Yeah.
After
a little chunk of Chris meat.
Yeah.
There's probably a
Chunk of
very good
crispy.
chance you did actually. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah, I think
But I didn't break anything.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
apart
I
from
think
your
that's
skin.
semantics.
Yeah. I think
It was
you know,
bleeding a lot.
I
but-
think
yeah.
impaled and breaking are somewhat equivalent.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yes.
Yes.
But I've not done anything quite that bad,
No.
injuries wise.
No, I mean,
Otherwise.
I think the Skag was a watershed moment as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh
was
yeah,
very
you did
pissed.
do a bonk on the old head there.
Yeah, I did.
You did have an egg-shaped lump on your head, which I. Now again,
I went down in stages.
Yes, indeed.
Smash.
This
Bomb.
is what is it? There's this thing about these isolated, life-changing moments. You don't get many of them.
Yeah.
Stag, wedding, funeral. Where it's like you're all in an isolated location. You're drunk.
It's always an isolated location.
You care about
isn't it?
everyone there,
And then something happens.
and then you got this question of: do we call the ambulance
I know.
or do we call the police? Something's happened.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah,
We can do
You're
either.
fine.
You were fine.
Yeah, your
You ate a
skull's
whole
fine.
watermelon. You were fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt
Well, no,
good.
that was before.
That was before.
Oh,
I still
that's
felt
why.
good.
It gave you
Too
all
much
the-
watermelon.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
It was hubris.
There's a lesson
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Don't eat a whole watermelon. Otherwise, you'll bonk yourself on the head. We should talk about someone else's head.
Just for real question.
We're an hour and 7 minutes into this.
But where do we go from here? Is the question.
I should have gone first.
Yeah.
Mine's more middle aged.
Fine.
If
yeah.
you want one.
It's probably
Yeah.
for the best. Really.
So after that white knuckle ride,
Jesus.
here we
Wow.
go.
That's incredible.
My hate is the scheduling of children's television programs.
Oh, finally. Something we can.
You know
all-
what I mean?
So we could all get on board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God,
So-
tell me about it.
God,
Right, in my
Sunak's
house-
Britain,
Get into
honestly.
it.
In my house these days, there's a big 3 television shows.
Oh,
Here we go.
I know one of them.
Go on.
Louis.
Paddington Rides again.
Yeah, The Adventures of Paddington.
Bluey Chronicles.
No, not Bluey.
Okay.
Hey Dougie
Hey Dougie. Yeah.
is one of them.
Told us
The
about
other
that.
one. And the other one is Mix Mups,
Mix Mups.
which I may have mentioned on this show before.
They're like little kids.
So it's like puppets, basically, little stop motion puppets.
Okay.
That is made by a company called Toys Like Us. I've researched this extensively, and we'll get to that. And they've all got disabilities, basically, and it's all in high contrast, and it's good for like awareness and stimulation and that kind of thing. So we love that. We love the theme tune for it. He loves it, Jacob.
My lodger.
Yeah, my lodger. Yeah.
Big fan.
So anyway, those are the 3 main shows we watch.
Sure.
And 2 of those don't really have a continuity as such, in that they are all standalone episodes.
Which of those 2?
So it doesn't. The 2 are Hey Dougie and Mix Mups.
That makes sense.
So they're standalone adventures.
Wait, hang on. I thought Blue was in the mix.
No,
No,
I said it. I was wrong.
Oh,
Hey Dougie,
Yeah,
Paddington, Mix Mups are the 3.
indeed.
The big 3.
So 2 of those don't really have continuity, as I say. They're standalone adventures. You can watch them in any order. Although we watch them on demand, so we tend to watch them in the order in which they release.
Sure.
Indeed.
Fine.
The order God intended.
Absolutely fine. And we'll return to Mix Mups shortly.
Okay.
The Adventures of Paddington, as you might imagine, has a rich continuity.
Lore.
So
Deep lore.
you would say that when new episodes are released, and we watch all these on Channel 5 on Milkshake every morning.
Take your word for it.
Yeah, yeah, you'll have to.
Wait, they're all on Milkshake.
Mama, me, more milkshake.
Wasn't an
Yeah.
answer to your question, but
No, wait. So
That was just the theme tune.
yeah.
all 3 of these. All
No,
3
Hey Dougie's on BBC.
Wow.
But you watch Hey Dougie and Mix Mups on demand.
Yes, very much so.
So Paddington's the only one you watch on air, as it were.
Yeah, live,
Live.
if you like.
On the BBC.
On Channel 5.
No, on Channel 5.
No, Paddington's
Keep
on
on
Channel 5.
That's what I said.
The other 2 are on.
No.
on demand.
Paddington and Mix Mups are on Milkshake on Channel 5.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey
Mix Mup.
Dougie, you're right. Hey Dougie is on BBC iPlayer. You
Okay.
right?
It just feels like treason for like Paddington Bear to not be on BBC One.
No,
Was he BBC before?
I don't know.
Okay.
He's as
I
British
only
as-
know-
It does feel like it.
I only
Yeah.
know about the last year's worth of
True.
that. Anyway, so there were 2 seasons.
like all bears. He's
And
very-
then they were
very
like,
British.
and then they were like, new episodes of Paddington are coming, and I was beside myself. Let me tell you,
Jacob didn't give a fuck.
no, really didn't.
Jacob
I was
doesn't
like, oh my
understand.
god! I went. There's new episodes. I shouted up the stairs.
Shout upstairs,
There's new
Liz!
episodes of Paddington.
He's like, I'm
coming."
working. You're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, new episodes of Paddington.
Come down.
7:30 weekdays.
Jacob, a new episode of Paddington. Yay! Jacob, here's a cushion.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
Gurgle.
Yeah.
Similar
feces.
reaction.
Yeah.
He does like he likes the theme tunes to all these shows. He
Aw.
dances now. It's cute.
That's cute.
So we watch. We start watching this new series of Paddington.
Fantastic.
Paddington's gone on holiday.
Oh my god.
This
Where's
first-
he gone? Peru?
No, well you'd think, wouldn't you?
Aunt Peru.
No, he's gone Aunt Peru and Uncle Bow. No, I have not got anything.
Balthazar?
Uncle.
Bulgaria?
No,
Oh yeah.
uh,
No, that's Wombats.
I can't remember.
Nope.
Oh, that is wombats. No,
What's Wombats?
Wombles.
God, I'm losing my mind.
Festuzo?
Festuzo?
That's a lie.
That's
Wait,
a
footballer.
Uncle Festuzo.
What are you talking about?
Barriaga?
Look it up.
Uncle
I think
Festuzo.
that's his name, Uncle Festuzo.
Who is Uncle Festuzo?
He's Aunt Lucy's
Who's Aunt
husband.
Lucy? Who are we talking about?
Had Paddington's Aunt Lucy.
Oh, okay. Is she a bear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
My grandma had a life-size Paddington and
Fastuzo.
a life-size Uncle Lucy, Aunt Lucy figurine
Yeah.
covered in fur.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just a bear.
Life-size,
2
yeah.
foot tall.
That's horrid.
That's just a bear. So we start watching. So
Uncle Festuzo.
So the first episode, we're like, Paddington's going on holiday to the beach.
Fuck!
And it's just like, okay, cool. They're all going on holiday.
Okay, cool, I guess.
And then we're watching it for the next few weeks. And the episodes are all...
Pascuzo.
There you go. I wasn't far off.
Festuzo. It does sound
Uncle
like a meal.
Pascuzo.
And then, so the next few weeks, we're like, so Paddington's on holiday. And then you watch the next day, but he's at home now. But now he's back on holiday. But now he's at home. But now he's back on holiday.
Oh, Channel
So
5's fucked it.
just, why don't you play him in order?
Yeah.
The kids don't care. But me and Liz are like, why is Paddington now back on holiday? And why has he been on holiday on and off for the last 6 months? And why does he
How
have
rich is he?
Why does he have to commute every day?
So can I just say, Uncle Pascuzo looks a little scary.
Let's see. Good God. That's just a fucking
Yeah, there
photo
he
of a
is.
Bear with a hat on.
There he is, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a JPEG
It's
of a
That's
wild
from,
bear.
that's from the films. We're watching the cartoon, though. This is the
CGI.
cartoon we're watching. CGI cartoon. So he goes on holiday, and it's just like, all right, so you're on holiday. Cool.
Cool.
But then he's on holiday for about 3 weeks. But in between times, he's back home. It's like, that's clearly out of order. And you look at you press the I button, out of order. Just play it in continuity.
Does it say
Why-
out of order?
Yeah, it says episode numbers on the information.
Oh,
It's
and they're all wrong.
they're all wrong. It's like, why don't you just play them in order?
This is what killed Firefly.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Fox played it out of order. Killed Firefly.
Why would you do that? Why would anyone play the episodes out of order? And the kids don't care, but I care. I want to watch it in continuity.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
I also don't understand how. Like, they obviously have all the episodes, right?
Yeah. Why do it like that?
Yeah.
I don't understand at all.
Someone there just doesn't give a shit.
No, they probably don't. That's probably the answer, isn't it? That's probably the answer.
It's a shame.
I think their mistake was probably having continuity in a show aimed at
Why have
2-year-olds.
continuity?
Yeah.
Is it aimed at 2-year-olds, would you say, Paddington? No, it's a bit more complex, isn't it?
I would say, well, the thing is, Jacob's not even one,
Indeed.
and he watches it.
Yeah, but
I mean, he doesn't know.
in a
really.
way, he would probably watch anything.
He's a very cerebral.
doesn't really-
You could put on
one-year-old,
Universal
but-
Soldier and he'd be like,
Yeah.
fuck, yeah, let's go.
As long as it's got a banging theme tune, he'll watch it.
Yeah.
That's basically how
Put
it
Power
works at
Rangers
the
on.
moment.
That's got a banging
Oh,
theme tune.
colours.
He probably would enjoy that, but I watch it, and I want to watch the episodes in order.
Well, I
I
can
want to know what
understand that.
Paddington's up to. I want to see him go on holiday.
Yes.
Have his holiday.
Yeah.
Come home from holiday.
crash a wedding.
Continue his everyday life. I don't want go on holiday.
Come home.
Don't even
Be-
come
be
home.
home.
At home. At home doing adventure.
Yeah.
Back on holiday.
At holiday.
You don't
Holiday
wanna-
again.
yeah.
Holiday again. Holiday again.
Yeah.
Different
Home.
holiday thing that's already happened
Sure.
or not happened.
Yeah.
Back home on
don't-
holiday.
You don't want to be watching it. And it's like episode 1, he's on holiday.
Yeah.
He's somewhere exotic. Episode 2, Uncle Pascuzo's back. He's drunk. He's in a sling. They're crashing
Yeah.
a pie. You know.
It went on for
He's
so
got blood
long.
on his face. So much blood. Whose blood is it? I don't know, but it's definitely blood. Is it bear blood? It doesn't look like bear
Could
blood.
be anyone's blood.
Don't worry, Paddington. don't worry, Paddington.
That's his noise.
just ask for Sarah McLaren.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
That
Run,
was the-
Paddington.
That was the
Run,
first.
Paddington. They found us.
That was the first and also the 8th episode.
yeah.
But it went on for so long that Liz messaged me when he came home from holiday, going, "Fucking hell, Paddington's home from holiday."
Christ.
Like, he has got a job to get back to.
Where were you when it happened? Everyone remembers.
Everyone remembers.
She did say Paddington's back from holiday,
I was at Sarah McLaren's.
and I used to get Paddington still on holiday, but now he's back, but now he isn't. What's going on?
What's going on? This
That's
is
what I want to know.
unreal.
And then just
maybe Liz was drunk.
returning to Mix Maps. So I've done extensive research on the Mix Maps because I do enjoy it. I've listened to a podcast. I listened
Podcast.
Yeah, about it on Radio 4. I read an
Okay.
article on The Guardian, and it said 52 episodes have been commissioned. I went, what the fuck?
One for each week of
I
the year.
said, what the fuck?
I said, what the
Wait,
fuck?
how many are out?
Well, 21.
21?
21 are on the player.
And they're doing another 52?
They've got 52 have been commissioned. And
That's an irregular number.
I'm sitting here watching the same 21 on a loop.
Like a schmuck.
Like an idiot.
Yeah.
So I wrote to Channel 5. I said,
Did you?
yep. And I'm going to read to you now.
Oh my God.
I'm going to read to you now what they said to me.
No regrets.
He wasn't always like this.
So I
I
said,
don't know. I think he may have
I
been.
know.
Dear bastards. No, I didn't. I said, hi there.
This is going to go well, I think.
Me, my wife, and our baby. I did send this. And our baby son loved watching the Mix Maps on Milkshake. However, oh, fuck it.
Here we
well,
go.
I felt I should flag that we feel we are missing new episodes for a couple of reasons. One,
when we series link Mixmaps, the link does not work across consecutive Saturdays for some reason. Oh, what's happened? What's happened to me?
Is that their fault? I think that's the problem with your
Do
player, isn't
they?
it?
No, it should. It should. If I'm series linking something, right? No,
Right,
If
okay,
I'm
right,
series
no.
linking something on a Saturday,
What does that even
What
mean?
does series linking mean?
right? So if I press record on a Saturday night show, let's say we're watching Match of the Day.
Oh, series link means it will always record all of them for here on.
Correct.
Thereafter.
But
for
when I do it
perpetuity.
for
Sure.
Mixmaps,
Okay.
It doesn't.
it doesn't record, and I feel like I'm missing new Mixmaps episodes.
Wait.
Sorry, Jacob's missing new Mixmaps episodes.
When you see the Mixmaps episodes appear on Channel 5,
Yes.
and when you press the I button,
Yeah.
are they sequential?
Not at the moment.
So it might
no.
be episode 3, and then it might be episode 19.
So I've definitely watched all the ones that are on my 5, which is their on-demand player.
But when. Oh, I see. Okay.
But I feel
But when
like
you're series linking the broadcast ones.
yes, which I feel some of them are ones I haven't seen.
Well, my point is, if they are playing them out of order on the broadcast, it might
Yeah.
break the series link because series link is
Jesus.
looking for
Well, that's their
the
fault,
next
then.
number.
That feels like their fault rather than mine.
This is putting credence into your email now.
2. The same 21 episodes are on my 5, but it appears that not all of these. What does it say?
You can't
But it
even read
appears
your
that
own.
these are not all of those that have been broadcast. So we feel we are missing some episodes. Do you know when all the episodes will likely be available via my 5? I know that 52 episodes have been commissioned.
You sound like, oh my god, oh no.
I said this is not by any means a complaint, but it'd be lovely to have new content available for us and our son.
You work in a marketing and
Thanks in advance.
comms environment.
And then I put my name.
You know that the person who's probably receiving this email is much like yourself.
What? Fuck this.
Yeah.
As in, like, this would ruin someone's Monday morning.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think it would.
They will show your email.
So
to
they
everyone
replied
in the
to me.
office. They replied.
They replied.
Oh, they've replied.
Oh,
here
it's
we
o-
go.
It's only Channel 5.
So I have a message
Let's be
here
honest.
from-
We got a lot of time
From
around.
Chris, who's a senior viewer advisor.
Another
Chris.
Another Chris. I didn't write to myself.
Did
Did I? Anyway. Did I? So Chris has sent me what's clearly a template because,
Oh, okay.
and I'll show you this,
Right.
the actual specifics are in bold.
Oh my god, it's like a fucking game of consequences.
Yeah, so
oh
he's
no,
put-
what's it called? Mad Libs.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's basically
playing
filled in the
He's
gaps.
playing Mad Libs with
So
you.
it says, thank you for your email regarding Mixmaps. Channel 5 and Milkshake appreciate viewer feedback and thank you for contacting us. It's always good to hear that your family enjoys Mixmaps. Right, so he's tried to explain away the series linking issue. I think this is bollocks, for the record.
Sure. Okay,
I'll be
so
the
this
I'll be the
is-
judge.
This
of
is where he deviates from a script and actually gives you an answer.
The series linking issues you're experiencing may be a platform issue.
Yeah.
You may find unplugging your... Switch it off and on again, basically.
that's
You
cool.
may find unplugging your recording equipment for half an hour might solve this.
Half an
hour?
That feels like nonsense.
That
He's
is
just trying to get
nonsense.
me to not watch telly for half an hour, so I stopped sending emails.
Yeah, but you do understand how this isn't this poor man's problem, or indeed Milkshake, or its parent company, Channel 5,
Slash
a
Viacom.
caring
Oh,
company.
I'm making it their problem.
You
Okay,
definitely
yeah,
are doing
interesting,
that.
Yeah, you understand how? Okay, no,
What's,
it's fine.
what's the problem?
No,
here?
it's fine. I'm just saying, like, you know, okay.
What's the problem? I'm a hero of the people.
I'm just saying, there's Nick in a sling covered in blood,
Yeah.
crashing a wedding. There's you emailing this poor company.
Yep.
about
yeah.
a show.
Anyway,
about a show with no continuity.
anyway, he keeps going.
Oh, great.
All 21 episodes have been transmitted.
Okay.
You
And
know
there
for
will-
a fact there's more.
There will be new
legally-
episodes going out over the summer. Transmission dates to be confirmed. So maybe I have watched them all.
So maybe a quick Google probably would have.
Maybe I have watched them all.
Yeah.
So I might have been wrong about that.
It sounds
Anyway.
a little bit like maybe you were wrong all round.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Were you bored?
Oh, you better believe I was bored.
Vastly.
Yeah.
But I do care about the Mixmaps.
And your son, Jacob's enjoyment of
Yeah, I mean,
show that
I'll
he
be totally
cannot
honest with
name
you at
or
this
say.
point.
It's mostly for you.
It's mostly for me, and if I played the theme tune on a loop, which I do on YouTube,
He loves it.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So it's more about the theme tune, I think. But that's
What
fine.
if you played in the Ground Force theme tune? Or
He'd like it.
He might grow to it.
I've got a question
yes.
for you.
Yeah,
What if the next 31 episodes come out in the summer as promised?
yeah.
Mind you, we're deep in the summer.
Man, that's
now,
going to be
really.
sweet.
what if-
That is going to be sweet.
What if it's build of season 2 and it's got a new intro? And hasn't got the same stuff.
That's going to be a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
Just be prepared for that.
It's just that it's the newer, darker Mixmaps.
Yes.
How long is an
Dark
episode
web.
of Mix
About
Mups?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10
Yeah,
minutes.
something like that. Well, the premise is there's 3 Mixmaps plus their 2 animals. So one has visibility. What's I don't know what the correct term is, but
Visually impaired?
Visually impaired. Thank you. One is visually impaired and has a guide dog and a cane. One is in a wheelchair, and one supposedly, according to the podcast I listened to, doesn't have a disability.
Okay.
That's cool.
Oh, okay.
So that's fine. And then they go on magical adventures. They go
Magical?
It's my birthday, but my cake is too dry or something.
Oh, it's my wedding day.
Yeah, it's
when
my
two
wedding day, and two
ghastly
guys in
boys.
hoodies have come. And then they go, right, let's put all this in our box. So they go,
What?
bloom. So they have a
box?
They have a magical box, and they stir it all up with a magical spoon.
Wait,
What?
Yep, good.
Oh, is this for mix? This
They're
is
mixing
on the
things
tile.
up.
They're mixing it
They're
up.
mixing
so what do they
it
put
up.
in the box?
Their
All the
regrets,
stuff related to their
fear,
adventures. They go
Like the cake,
They go
the
the
dead
cake,
bodies,
two ghastly boys,
a wedding dress,
a wedding dress, Sarah
two
McLaren.
ghastly
a
boys,
bloodstained cake knife.
Sarah McLaren, a sling. then they go, what else do we need? And then there's an elephant that lives in a tree up the hill. Oh yeah, but it's not an elephant. It's the lucky louver bird. Mm-hmm.
Bird.
Wait, bird.
It's an
Bird.
elephant with wings.
Okay, it's not bird, is it?
It's a louver bird.
It's not.
That's what they call it. It's the lucky louver bird, and it has an accent like it's from Norfolk. True. And then it puts sparkles out of its trunk.
That's,
then they
that's
go,
piss.
They all go, magic sparkles, and then that creates the adventure, and they all get absorbed into the box.
And then what happens?
Then the box folds out, and they have their magical adventure.
in the box.
What is the adventure?
Oh, I don't know. They kick the ass of the hoodie guys who turn
Right.
up, and then
But are
that's
they
the
like
solution.
transported to a magical
They're-
world?
Yeah, magical world, and then they like learn something, and then they go, and then now having learnt the lesson, they are transported back to their original world, and they've learnt the lesson, and someone's left them a present because they've learnt the lesson, and they're like,
A
who's
bloody
left us?
sling.
But the louver bird is in the box with them.
The lesson is that the night hides all sins.
The
They'll
loo-
never find the body.
The louver bird is like the guide on their adventure.
Oh, I see,
And then at the
yeah.
end, there's a gift in their house, and because the louver bird is the neighbour, it's implied that the louver bird left them the gift. But we don't know for sure.
Could be magic.
And then
I
the
know for
louver
sure.
bird, and then the louver bird goes.
What's it called? The louver
I
bird?
don't know. We don't really know.
No, there's a lot of mysteries here.
And then at the end, the episode always ends with the louver bird looking at the Mix-Mups going, mixing up adventures near and far, but home is where the Mix-Mups are. Bye, Mix-Mups! And then the episode ends. It's great.
Wow.
So there's 31 new episodes of that coming soon.
Wait,
Yeah, I bet you can't wait.
Like,
So that's going to be sweet.
wait. So is it a pun on like the liverbirds?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, but was the liver bird famously an elephant, actually?
no,
No, it wasn't.
no, and he's not
No,
a Liverpudlian.
I'll be
either, so-
totally honest with you, John. Until I listened to the podcast as part of my extensive research, I thought it was just an elephant.
Why did you research this?
I was just interested.
I'm bored.
I just thought,
I was just interested.
well, I thought we were watching it relentlessly.
Yeah.
I should probably understand a bit about it.
It seems like a series of choices that you made and that your poor infant child has
No,
no say
well,
in.
no,
No.
not true.
Okay.
So
You're on
we
it.
were watching Paddington because we
Ah.
did make him like Paddington.
Made
because
him like
We decorated his room in Paddington.
He'd better like Paddington. Imagine if he
paraphernalia.
hadn't turned out liking it.
That would have been a fucking disaster.
He's going to love Paddington or be terrified of Paddington.
Yeah,
for
Either
a
pretty
way,
much,
Paddington
yeah.
will be part of his
There's
life.
a massive Paddington sticker on his bedroom wall, so he kind of has to. Otherwise, we're fucked.
It's peeling off.
So we're watching
horrifying.
Paddington, and then he's sort of kind of engaging with that
you-
initially. now
you're
he
sat
does
there.
much more. But then the Mix-Mups comes on immediately after Paddington, and as soon as that came on, he was transfixed. So I said to Liz, we should start watching this Mix-Mup show, and now here we are.
Have you tried
Here we
him
are.
on dangling keys?
Well,
You know.
he's far more interested in them, if you must know.
Ooh, you know.
But I need some kind of continuity in my
Yeah,
life, you know.
rich lore.
I need some rich lore, some canon.
Indeed.
You know?
Canon, yeah.
So,
okay. Need some
So that's where we are. And Hey Dougie is fine because we just watch it on the iPlayer. Basically, Channel 5 have fucked it, and the BBC know what they're doing. In summary,
Milkshake used to be on when we were younger.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
Wow,
and it
it's
really
long-lived.
did look like they had a budget of maybe £5.
it's improved.
Maybe
Yeah.
slightly less.
It's basically what CBBC used to be now.
Ah, what's CBBC now?
It has its own channel,
Does it?
maybe.
Do they dab?
They have CBBS, don't they? And they have CBBS Land and things like that.
Do they floss?
Well, CBBS
Yeah.
was like really young, and then CBBC was like for like school kids.
Yes, I was about to say our age, but we're not that age anymore.
And then there
are
was
we?
CITV.
That was
Yeah.
the that was the alternative.
Alt.
Yeah, because you had two channels to choose from.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
CBBC and
Yeah.
CITV.
Yeah.
CBBC was kids BBC, and CITV
And they're both
was
on
kids
from like
ITV.
4:45 on weekdays. weren't they?
Slightly earlier.
Was it?
I think it was
starting
like
earlier?
we finished school at like
3:45.
3:45.
Maybe it was
3,
3:45.
3:45 to maybe 5:30 at
Yeah.
a push, and then
Sweet,
it would.
wasn't it?
And then it would just blast straight into the news.
And now Channel 5 is the only terrestrial channel that does that.
Interesting.
I would say.
What's Channel 5 Kids called?
What do you mean?
Has it got a kid like CITV?
Milkshake.
It's just
Oh, is that Milkshake?
That is,
Oh,
that is
that's
the name
Milkshake.
of the all-encompassing.
Right.
Like they do the links in between the show.
Yeah.
Very good.
So yeah, so
I would have rather it had a connection to the
It's
number
called
5.
C5.
C5. That would be better.
Chive.
Chive's good.
Chive and 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would rather Paddington wasn't on holiday for quite so long. I'd rather he did it in order, and I would like the.
I think you should
mix-ups
write an email about
to
that.
series thing. Well, that's not their fault. Channel 5.
Well, it doesn't really sound like the other
someone
thing
else
was their fault.
Someone
really,
else
either.
makes Paddington. Gary Barlow sings the theme tune.
Well, you
to
should write to him.
Paddington Bear.
Oh Christ!
Write to
really
Gary. Garibalo.
Dear Gary Barlow.
The Garibalo.
Yeah, but yeah, just play it in order. Play
Play
it
in
in order.
order, you
Release all
fuckers.
52 episodes at once, so I don't have to watch.
At once. They'll kill you.
Do that.
Watch them all at once.
time for episode 50 of the Mixed Mups.
22 screens.
We could do
Yeah.
a marathon.
A Mixed Mups marathon.
Mixed Mups marathon.
We'd
52
learn
episodes, 10
a lot
minutes
of
long.
valuable life
So that's
lessons.
520 minutes. What's that? What's that? in
Don't
real
look at
money?
me.
You know maths.
That'd be like
520 minutes. What's that?
be like
Oh.
it's 8 hours,
Oh, that's
That's
just
doable, isn't it?
That's just
Yeah.
a working day.
give
That's
or
like,
take.
that's like extended
We've
edition.
got
Lord of the
nothing
Rings.
else going.
I'm
on.
waiting for the Mixed Mups toys to come out because it's a new show, you see.
Oh,
So the toys aren't out yet, so I'm hoping they're coming soon.
they'll be collectibles.
This is the kind of thing I do
Yeah.
now.
That's
They'll be going
fine.
on the shelf. I'll get rid of all that Star Wars shit and put all the Mixed Mups stuff up there.
Are they good-looking character designs? That's all I need to
They
know.
all wear.
They're on TV. They must be good.
They're like human faces, but then they have like colourful animal onesie costumes around them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
What's your hate, John?
Well, to be honest, like,
I feel like they were quite different. Our hates.
yeah,
Well, mine and yours.
Yeah.
They were very different.
I'm just aware that like we have been talking for like an hour and a half, and we haven't got to the loves yet. So
Blast through it, John.
yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll fall back on a. I had a hate.
Oh.
No, wait, my hate. No.
I don't want you to sacrifice your
Yeah.
hate. I take
Okay,
back the black.
look,
Are you
Root
suggesting
comment.
this episode's going to be too long?
No, I just think
Yes.
we've never. You know,
Yes,
we've never padded.
Oh, God.
No, hang on. No, please. You know, I'm just going to wait while you open your beer. It's cool. No, it's fine.
He's done it.
This episode's under. It's fine. I hate and
We have no time limit.
I hate
John hates.
Yeah.
every bloody ad on the planet involving people dancing.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. What, like flash mobs?
Like-
Well, they're included, but like plastic.
Anytime anyone dances in an ad,
No, literally. Name a product?
Colgate toothpaste.
Colgate toothpaste. Oh, picture the ad. I'm a dickhead executive. You know, my wife hates me, and I'm sitting in a boardroom.
She's got the kids.
And I go, just imagine a young 24-year-old, attractive, successful individual. They're brushing their teeth. Oh, wow, this new toothpaste, it really gets me jiving. Now I'm dancing. I'm dancing down the hallway. I point my toothpaste at my
Oh my
partner.
God, yes, and a blast of minty fresh
and
energy.
now their clothes are a different colour.
And then the
now
walls
they're-
fall down.
Oh, the
and they're
walls
actually
fall
in
down.
like the red square. And I don't know why they're there.
and now
Where you definitely can't film.
and now a bunch of people wearing polystyrene tooth costumes are like dancing as
and
well.
it zooms
yeah.
out and out, and it's
Yeah.
like you can see it from space.
And then a car like speeds into shot and hits one of the teeth, and the tooth falls over.
The tooth falls
And
over.
then the driver gets out and he looks really upset. But then
He's
he
in a sling.
starts dancing as well.
And he's like,
Yeah.
"Where's Sarah McLaren?"
Yeah.
And it's like every fucking ad under the sun
But isn't
has
that- isn't-
dancing as the punchline, the point, and the setup.
Isn't it supposed to be
it's good.
representative of how the product makes them
Yeah,
feel?
but not every product under the sun. No, like,
But it's lazy, right?
One product can do
Oh,
this.
this product's so good. I feel like dancing.
Yeah.
My
'Cause
soul
they
is
need-
dancing.
They need movement and energy and kinetics
Yeah.
on the screen, right? So what's the easiest way we could do that?
Yeah.
Just fucking dance.
just dance.
There's
Start dancing.
there's a advert at the moment for Rubicon soft drink, which is
Oh, I
literally
like that.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
Everyone
like the
likes
mango
it.
one. I like the lychee.
A lot of the
It's
takeaways do it.
It's a
they
fine
do.
drink. No one's got anything against it.
No.
But the ad is like, man, how do we make Rubicon relevant to the kids?
Yes, tell me.
So, someone walking down a street. It's all a bit grey. It's all a bit boring. Oh, man, I don't like this status quo. Crack.
Color change.
Oh, now it's colourful. Oh, and they suddenly, they're dancing. They can't. Oh, and it's got a bit of a tropical lilt.
There's a crow. For some reason. It just stops dead, and a crow just screams for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rubicon. Drink it, you fucks.
Drinking up with murder your family.
Yeah.
Hey guys, just because there's a fucking grapefruit in it doesn't mean we have to evoke like the bloody steel drum every time we do it. Okay, no, it's fine. Overruled.
It will transport you to the Caribbean first class and then back on economy class.
There's an
Seems a bit
ad
racist.
for mint, like mint.
Just
you
mint.
can
Just
chew.
the concept of mint.
Yeah, like try it. You fuck.
Have you tried mint before?
There's a
Kiss
businessman.
him out your fucking mouth.
There's a businessman.
Pricks.
Have you seen this ad? There's a businessman. He's walking. It's like minty gum. He's
Minty
like
gum.
walking up some stairs.
Oh, maybe.
He's wearing a suit. He's very like, I'm businessman. I'm.
Oh, and he starts down. I've
Yes,
seen this one.
Gets in the lift, puts that mint in his mouth. Oh, he's got a little wriggle in his
And then-
shoulder.
yeah, and then
Doors
everyone's
open,
looking at him.
and now he's dancing.
But it's embarrassing, but kind of not, because
Yeah,
he's not embarrassed. But
because he's
everyone's looking at
embracing
him.
it.
And they're all like,
Dun,
he's
dun, dun,
living
dun,
living
dun.
his best mint
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Yeah, I hate that ad, actually. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Dunk, 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 dunk.
There's an ad where there's a
Crow's
woman driving in a car and it's all black and white
She
and she
should
looks
be
really
dancing.
stressed and then she loses concentration for a minute and then like a truck carrying timber like plows into her car and you see her jerk forward and it's all kind of like in slow motion and grey and like, you know, and like she kind of like cracks her neck and she's like, oh. And then she's
Dun,
starts
dun,
going,
dun, 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 dun,
and then
dun,
she starts
dun, dun,
dancing and it's like, you know, lawyers or shit. I don't know.
Lawyers
Yeah.
and Whiplash or
And
something.
she's fine, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Do the Whiplash. Dun, 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 dun.
It's weird how all these adverts have the same song.
Yeah, it was because it's royalty free.
They
They filmed it all on the same set.
Same day, same
It's
same
weird actually,
director.
because in that ad for like that cancer charity where everyone's dancing, I think
Oh,
I think I can see the Rubicon people in the background
Crashing into a woman.
having a break or something. Yeah.
Dear.
Yeah, I agree. I hate that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand the hatred.
I think I'm losing more and more patience for advertising in general.
Yeah.
I feel very cynical towards it.
I know, me too. Like I like every time I see an ad now, I'm like, I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Stop trying to sell me something and fuck off.
And it's like none of the ads I see, because I don't really watch terrestrial TV, but no one calls it that. But I watch like YouTube, and a lot of the ads are the same.
Yes.
I know, because my parents have talked to me about ads before, and I'm like, oh, I've seen that ad, so it's obviously the same. And it's like they're always things like an ad for Coke, and it's like if I'm gonna buy Coke,
Yeah.
it's like, and I know this is very naive to say, but it's like it's not gonna be because I watched a Coke ad.
Or
Now,
is it?
The answer is
Who's the undecided Coke drinker?
well, this is it, right? Yeah, it's like maybe they
Have you heard
think
about this new drink? It's called Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
I think I want to try it, but I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
Maybe an ad would convince me.
Hey, that guy's dancing.
Hey, yeah.
I could dance.
I could.
I've always
rhythm.
wanted to be able to dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very cynical now as well.
I think it's because like maybe because it's I don't know because I've seen how the sausage is made.
Yes.
And it's like all I can see now. It's not even the film crew shooting this thing. I can see the pitch.
Yes.
And the
Exactly.
and I think what annoys me is not that like the ads are bad because ads are always going to be kind of bad. It's the fact that like they're so threadbare.
Yes.
Every ad is literally like person touches product and then they dance. Then they're happy. Oh, actually, yes, I will have that 14 million. Thank you.
Yeah,
I wonder
Thank
how
you,
much
Coke.
the
Yeah.
actors are briefed on how to dance.
Well, they'll hire a
Do
dancer.
they
won't
just
they?
say, just dance?
Just dance. Just go for just feel it.
Just feel
feel
the
it out.
music. Dung, dung, dung,
I guess-
dung, 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 dung,
I
dung.
guess because they might hire
Arriba.
like a semi-professional dancer or someone who's like conventionally attractive, maybe a model, but they have dancing as one of their skills.
Yes.
And then it's like,
Dancing
but they'll be hired by an uncreative person with
Visionless.
with no imagination or no vision, imagination or personality.
Yeah.
Who will go. And now, after you drink the product,
Yeah.
eat, drink, inject, or sign up to products,
Yeah.
you will dance.
You will. Oh, you will dance.
And so, can you?
It's like after you drink the product, but it's Persil. I said after you drink the product.
But there's also a subsect of these adverts, which is middle-aged actors dancing.
Oh, no.
So you could Christopher Walken.
That's much worse.
That's a music video, but
That's a
there's
very
also
famous music
Video
Yeah.
music.
that's the kind of aesthetic you're looking
Yeah.
at. Robert Downey Jr. did it in an advert.
Did he?
Wait.
Relatively recently.
Did he dance?
For what?
He danced. Yeah.
For whey
I
protein.
can't remember what it was. Daniel Craig's done it in an advert.
for that military defense company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Missiles. Dun 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 dun.
But it was for some
Raytheon.
kind of product. It was there's anyway. I've seen him dancing in that kind of way.
Right, yeah,
I know
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
aesthetic. I mean,
Yeah.
I know Christopher Walken.
Well,
was
that's like a
music video,
subset, isn't it? Where you get someone who looks like they can't dance.
but That's the point.
And then
yeah.
they surprise
Because
you.
if you bring in like a young and beautiful person, and maybe they're wearing
course they can dance.
they're wearing a grey shirt, but in a second that fucking I don't know detergent or
That's gonna
car
turn that
is
bright
gonna-
pink.
Oh, it's going to go bright pink.
Yeah.
Do you remember when there was that mineral water ad with babies dancing, but it was all CGI?
Evian.
Yes.
Ah, that's it.
Yeah.
Evian.
Yeah.
Babies dancing.
That was bad.
Yeah,
I didn't like that even then.
No,
No.
no one did.
No.
No.
No one did.
Yeah. So I guess you can sell anything with dancing.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the takeaway. I guess.
Yeah. What can you do?
I'm happy with that.
Yep. Good.
There we go.
Agreed.
We got through that
We
one
got through
quickly.
that one.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
blasted through
good.
that
Yeah. Right. Okay.
There's less waffle. There's less waffle in that one.
Right,
Yeah.
let's fucking
Okay.
shit
Yeah. Let's
through
just
their
rattle
loves and
through
then-
these. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want a lean episode.
lean-
A
yeah,
lean
lean.
episode.
We're gonna get this done before like the end of most of the episodes now.
1:45. That's
Really?
pretty much like a
Is
standard.
that what we normally sit at?
Yes. Yeah.
So we've got
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Right. Let's do this.
Right, let's go. Well,
Okay.
my love.
Here we go.
I after everything I said, what I was going to preface this love with was I'm a bit of a basic bitch.
Yeah.
But I think, as the previous hate has maybe described, I'm actually maybe not as basic as I thought I was.
Sure.
But I think when it comes to this particular love, I'm very basic. Because have you ever seen those compilations of videos where a long distance boyfriend or girlfriend surprises other significant other, who thinks they're far away, halfway around the
Oh,
world?
yes.
And they'll just show up behind them and they'll tap them on the shoulder
Yeah.
and they'll turn around and everyone's filming because it's adorable, right? And then they're like, "You're here! I thought you were in Saudi
Those videos go on
Arabia."
for like 8 minutes.
Yes. I watched a compilation of about 30 of them the other day, and I was crying. I was just like, this is so beautiful.
Yeah.
They love each other so much.
Yeah.
And they weren't expecting the other one to be
No,
there.
no.
They were all the way away. And,
Yeah.
then now they're here.
Now they're back.
And then I was like, imagine that feeling in your heart. And I couldn't deal with it. I loved it. I
Yeah.
absolutely loved it. And I know it's basic as fuck, but I loved it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful demonstration of love.
I like
From around the
moment
globe.
they see them,
Yeah. Why are they filming?
but there's a lot of build up.
Yeah.
Oh,
those
this is
videos
the
a
beauty
lot.
of the compilation is that it just did the
meter,
bit where you
bit.
squirt.
I
kind
understand.
Of thing,
yeah.
the climax moment.
Yeah.
Wait. So they just walk in to.
Wherever, so it starts filming said unknown member.
Just a person.
Says boy.
But it's like it's their birthday, and they're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
we're filming you for your birthday. Happy birthday!"
Yeah, and he'll be like ready to blow a cake out, and then there'll be a girl approaching behind him, but he hasn't seen her. He hasn't seen her, John.
It's a terrifying woman.
And who's just terrified we should destroy us all. And then,
And he
and then
turns around and goes, "This is my fucking wedding."
yeah, who are you?
Who the hell are
He's
you?
just leg in a hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, "You should be here," and then they embrace, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I cried a bit.
You shouldn't be here.
You shouldn't be here.
You're dead.
You shouldn't be here.
I'm calling the police.
Dead for
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
and then rinse and repeat.
And then that like 20 more times.
How has this happened once, let alone 30 times?
I think because the instant the first one went viral, everyone was like, "Let's recreate." You know
Yeah.
that thing that went. Really
Oh,
well.
so you're saying this whole thing is contrived?
Well, no. Well, I think it's a surprise orchestrated by the friends
I
of
see.
the boy or girl
Yeah.
in question.
And it's
So
really,
they're all copying.
and it's for the gram.
Oh, it's for the
Everything's for
yeah.
the ground.
content.
The least
Everything's for the
important
gram.
person in this scenario is the person getting surprised.
Hundo. If anything,
Yeah.
it's probably most important for the one doing the surprising. I think it's on their account
Yeah,
because
it's like-
then they look amazing, don't they?
Surprise this for my best friendo.
This is why I know that I'm a basic piece of shit because
Yes.
because it's obviously like orchestrated. Like I
yeah.
think the actual surprise is genuine.
Yes.
Because you can tell when it's a fake one.
Yes.
Loads of shit. 'Cause I've
Yeah.
seen lots of these now. But like the emotions are real, but the whole scene
Setup
is
is fake.
orchestrated. But it's
Yeah.
it's a beautiful
Oh.
demonstration of love.
No, I'm sorry.
it's
I don't mean to
beautiful.
be cynical. No, this is
You
lovely.
do.
Lovely.
No,
It's
You
lovely.
no, I'm
You
This is
do.
the love segment.
I'm better than this, and
I will be better
We
than
all
this.
are.
fine. Yeah,
This
it's
is
good.
humanity.
Yeah, I'm glad the cameras were rolling.
Yeah, thank God
Thank
for that.
God.
Because otherwise
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to see it.
Yeah.
And there would have been no likes.
Yeah, no, and they had the wherewithal afterwards to
Yeah.
upload it as well.
And I wouldn't have had a love for this episode.
And
if
have
they
the
hadn't
music,
done that.
yeah.
The music was timed really well,
some music,
which
yeah.
was weird.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's
It is
beautiful.
beautiful.
I was very
It's
dehydrated
beautiful
after
in a
that.
lot of ways. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Lot.
that's it, really.
Okay, cool. I
Nothing
like
more
it.
to say on that.
I like it.
Yeah, keep moving. Yeah.
Me
Yeah, enough to see here. Keep going.
finding stuff on the street.
Oh, here we go.
Like a raccoon.
I find toys for the boy.
Like a dirt
You found a toy for the boy on the ground.
Big time.
Yeah.
So,
Big time.
so we were on our way back from somewhere, Bourton on the Water,
That's a nice place.
and we stopped at the local shop. And I
Why
said,
did you say that like
I
that?
don't know. We bought some products. And then
I love going to shop to buy products.
Buy products. I also, at times, have shopped and bought products.
shop for products.
Products, my favourite.
Hello, shopkeep. Products, please.
Products, please. Oh, would you like a green product or a red one today, sir? A red product for me.
Stop stalling and give me product.
Who are you?
On my way out of shop with product,
Indeed.
I looked to my right and I saw something at the end of someone's drive.
You saw a dirty.
Not dirty.
No. Okay.
A ghastly boy.
Not that dirty.
Okay.
But it was at the end of someone's drive, which is arguably on their property.
It was a Lottie ladybird.
a
Lottie
discarded.
So it's like a rocking horse,
Okay.
but it's a big cuddly ladybird
Oh, so
on a
absorbent.
rocket on a rocker.
How long
kind
had
of
it been
thing.
outside?
absorbent.
How long have it been outside? What do I look like, a scientist?
You don't.
They
You
need
don't
one.
look like a
I have
scientist.
just been to local shop for product. I saw the ladybird. I said to Liz.
Didn't carbon date
Liz was
it.
in the car. I said, Liz, look at that. That looks good, doesn't it? She goes, yes, it does, actually. I said, let's drive down and see. We drove down. I had a look, put it in the boot. We drove off.
Wait,
For all I know,
Wait,
we stole that.
I think you stole it.
I said to Liz, you don't think we stole that, do you?
Honestly, right?
I don't think we did.
If you put something at the end of your drive and you want someone to take it away, you put a fucking sign on it that says free. I've taken a filing cabinet from
Yeah.
someone's drive before because it had a sign on it that said free to anyone who wants to carry it away. John, help me carry it.
I believe
You can believe whatever the fuck
in
you
my
want. It's still
soul,
a crime.
in my soul that was being given away / thrown out.
I went to local shop the other day to buy products. And
Don't tell me there was a sign
No,
saying missing
but
Lottie ladybird.
But as I was walking back to vehicle with products that I bought from shop, I saw there was a pile of book on floor next to vehicle.
Next to your vehicle?
Next to mine. But like
that sounds a bit grim.
but someone's house. You know, like by their house.
Oh,
But-
all right,
pile
so-
of book by house
do
of
you
person.
think? Do you think
Yeah.
they just left those books out there and were like, "I'll come get these books later," or were they giving those books away?
Well, I mean, you could replace book with anything, be it a child's toy or a book, and you know.
I am relatively confident.
Yeah.
Relatively is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
They'd have been out there if
Yeah.
they were not giving it away.
No, you were very quick. You just said that.
Yeah.
You bundled it into the boot.
My point
Literally.
is, I was going back to the car and I saw like, oh, someone has left a pile of books outside their house, and I noticed there's a copy of the Beatles anthology,
You took
which
it.
is a massive hardback. And I looked at it, I was like, my God, they've left a near pristine copy of, you know, the Beatles anthology
You took it.
lying on
Please
the
tell
floor.
me you took it.
No, because I looked at it and I thought, good God, that is actually an expensive book.
Yeah.
It appears to be in good condition. You know what?
Well, you're a fool.
No,
John.
because
You're
I
a
looked at
fool.
it and I thought, I have nowhere to store it. I don't need that.
They must have been
Well,
moving.
all right.
No,
well, I have someone to
no,
stall.
no,
I had someone to stall Lottie
let me
Ladybird.
finish.
I need Lottie Ladybird.
Let me finish, you dirty thief. Because I
I
said, you know,
need
I
Lottie
said, you know
Ladybird
what?
and product.
And I said to myself, you know what? I can live without that. I don't need it. And I got in my car, and I drove off to little Yui.
Yeah.
Came back to go back to my house.
They got
and the local alcoholic, I saw him, and he picked up that book, and he was walking home with it with a big smile on his face. And I thought, you did a good deed today, John, by not picking up that copy
What's
of
he
the
going
Beatles.
to do with it? He's going to sell
Well,
it.
someone
for
else took it.
alcohol.
So why is that a good deed? Because he got it.
Yeah, because he looked happy. Because I only ever see him drinking a can of special brew around the back of local
So
shop.
do you think that was to be taken then? They put
Well,
them
I
out-
mean, well, we'll
I mean, he
find
took
out,
it,
yeah.
didn't he?
Then they've been an anglerfish or something. like,
I've
you
not
know.
seen anything subsequently that says we're missing a Lottie Ladybird.
Have you seen?
What?
It could be like a
Yeah,
little
no, there's not a
bit-
sign that says we're missing
yeah.
a Lottie. I'm pretty confident that we were supposed to take that.
Indeed.
You were supposed to take
Yeah,
it.
it was meant for us.
Have
That's
you
how you
checked
sleep at
for
night.
any...
Anyway, we've cleaned it. We cleaned it.
I mean,
we polished the wood bit, the rocker, and then the thing we got carpet cleaner on. It's good. It's fine.
Sure.
It's
Good,
good.
good, isn't it?
Really good.
It was a sunny day.
Your child,
Yes.
just to clarify, your child's ill at the moment, correct?
from nursery.
He's at the age where he'll
Sure.
put kind of yeah.
No,
okay,
we've had it.
No,
No,
keep
we got that.
telling yourself that. Yeah, he'll
We
put
got
anything in his
no,
mouth.
no.
Right?
We
Yeah.
got that. We got
Yeah.
that because we got it the weekend after we last recorded. So what was that? 3 years ago. So we've had that about 3 years.
Wow, and he's fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I like finding free stuff on the
Yeah,
street.
but the sun was shining. So
I don't think that's relevant.
no, my question is like, if this is a piece of soft. There's soft
absorbent.
fabric on this. It's absorbent, and it's been out for days
Not days.
outside.
maybe.
Yeah,
Well, it might have been minutes because they might have been playing with it and just gone in for a squash
yeah,
or
indeed,
something.
yeah,
Yeah. For a squash.
yeah,
You know,
It's yours now.
it's too late. No one's put a poster up.
indeed.
If they had, I'd have maybe returned it
It could be a tracking device
for
on
a
it.
price.
I found a Game Child, which is a knockoff Game Boy,
Oh yeah.
in a skip on the street,
Do you take it?
and I took it.
There you go.
And I thought, well, it was in the bin.
Yeah.
So it was very clear that someone had sacked that off. And I know
the
it's illegal
the
to take
street
stuff from
outside
skips.
someone's house is like the nature's bin.
That's,
Street-
that's
street bin.
nature's bin. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't own the street outside your house.
But was it on their drive?
No, it was on the street.
Was it half
Ah.
on their drive?
No, it was on the street.
Okay.
It was most definitely on the
After
street.
I gave it a little kick, it was
Yeah.
on the pavement.
After I'd moved it towards the street,
Was
it
it
was
in line
on
with
the
their
street.
drive, or was it past their drive in one way or another?
It was against the wall, like adjacent
Okay,
to
I
their
think I'm
drive.
going to let you off now. If it was
I'm-
against a wall,
I'm pretty confident it was.
Well,
fine.
the pavement. They don't own a pavement.
they don't own the pavement.
Although I
Someone-
did ask Liz for reassurance about 10 times later the day.
Is this
later that
okay?
day.
Is this okay?
It was.
Where was
it
the
was.
Beatles book?
It was pretty much that.
It was on the pavement.
On the pavement.
I guess that means it was anybody's book.
I think you should have taken
Yeah.
the fucking book.
No one leaves a book on
No,
the pavement. No one
but
leaves a
special
toy
brew,
out on the pavement.
Special brew man.
Yeah, he's going to use that for toilet paper.
I only ever see him with his
you fucked it,
headphones
John.
and his kind of special brew.
How much is that worth? That book?
I think it would.
Like a
It's
60?
up there, maybe more.
70.
Maybe
Jesus Christ, John!
At its peak, I don't know how much it's worth now. It's a big
I
book.
think. You're so
Look,
bad at treating yourself.
Look, I was so
You
happy.
deserved that
I
book.
no, I don't need anything. I just need the smile of an alcoholic man.
when you go back to your
Yeah.
hermetic cube.
Yeah, I just I'm fine here in my glass cube.
Yeah.
I just look, he's
That's insane.
he got some joy in his life that didn't come from a can of 4X. Like he's fine.
You'll find that book later and it'll just be covered in pieces.
Yeah. And you'll think, oh, that's worth nothing now.
I felt good that he had some
Okay.
little pleasure in his life.
I'll allow that,
I saw
I suppose.
I saw a smile on his face.
That was the gift you
Yeah.
needed.
Anyway, I've got a love. This will be quick.
Oh, yeah.
Cool ass old people.
Oh, you don't see
yeah.
them very often.
Walking into town the other day, saw these two fucking lags. Must have been like 70 or something. The most fashionable people I've ever
Yes.
seen.
Oh.
We're talking a couple of lean guys in
Yeah.
their 70s.
Couple of leans.
Talking like boots.
Couple of lean Liams.
They're wearing boots, waistcoats. They've got a shirt on underneath, rolled up sleeves, beards, rucksacks. God knows where they go, what adventures they're on. Just these two dapper fucking guys.
Yeah.
Oh, they would have got kicked
Going
out
about
by
their
them.
business.
Good
and
on
I,
'em.
and I imagine they ache. I imagine their joints aren't what they used to be. But, I don't want to.
Age of state of mind.
I want to be as cool as that when I'm old. I don't want
Yeah.
to be a sack of shit. They're
I was
great.
thinking literally about this morning. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was on the train station platform this morning,
Oh, yeah.
waiting for train.
Yeah.
And
With product.
with product in bag, and there was an old man sat on one of the chairs, and he was or benches or whatever, and he was like an old man.
Yeah,
you know?
very
He
old,
was
yeah.
like dressed as
Oh, I know what you mean.
like an old man
like a
dresses.
Just William
Yes,
Victorian.
yeah, like a
kind of-
1940s private school boy. You
Yeah.
know? And I was thinking to myself, the only reason we associate that as old man fashion is because that is what he wore when he was young.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like, because that's out of date now, I was thinking to myself, we haven't yet got to see what rad old people look
Yeah.
like. Because when we get old,
Yeah.
you're, for example, right now you're wearing a baseball cap and a hoodie. When you're 75 years old, you'll probably still be wearing
Yeah,
a
the
baseball
same.
cap and a hoodie, because why the fuck
Yeah.
would you change that?
Yeah.
We've kind of settled into our ways now, right?
Yeah.
And so when we get old, we're gonna see this whole generation of old people who look the way we look now.
Yeah. Because we're not going to hit like 68 and then suddenly put on like a flat cap and like a kind of
braces.
tweed jacket and braces.
No, exactly. We're not
No.
going to start dressing like Just William.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
But I think fashion now is much more of a spectrum than it used to
That
be.
is true.
That is true.
The fashion in decades,
They couldn't
me-
gain access to stuff.
as an outsider, looks more clearly defined
Yeah.
previously than it is now.
No, I think
Like,
you're right.
everyone has their own thing now, and that's cool.
And everything's back in fashion. So 80s, 90s, 60s,
Yeah.
70s, they're all in now.
1860s.
1860s.
1820s.
I'm
looking
sure people
like
are
a
looking
little
at me and
Edwardian
think, Jesus
Duke.
Christ, that guy is not fashionable, but that's fine. I wear
Yeah.
a block-coloured t-shirt or jumper, skinny jeans,
Yeah.
and Skechers, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because
that's pretty
we've
much what I
settled
go
into
for.
what our look is now.
Yeah.
But
And
these,
that's what we'll
but
dress.
these two guys, like they, I'm just saying, like it's not like they were dressing like modern day hipsters,
No.
but they kind of were, but it wasn't like an affected
Yes,
look.
it's
They
just
were
how they look.
just two fucking cool
Yeah.
old guys.
Good on them. That's what
Good
I
on
say.
'em.
Like, what is their story? What's
Yeah.
happening there?
We
You
should
know?
have.
Just a couple of rad guys.
Whose wedding are they crashing?
Yeah.
Well, they'd get away with it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't ask for Sarah
If they
McLaren.
turned up and said,
Fucking hell.
"Hi, it's Sarah McLaren here." Oh, of course, come on in.
Yeah.
She's not, but we're going to get a Sarah McLaren because we want you
Someone,
to stay.
someone phone Sarah.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing: like, you emerge from like a dark field, in a sling.
I honestly, that whole story felt like I was dreaming. I cannot overstate
I
that.
felt I was there with him. It was so vivid.
Oh, I'm glad I told it well.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's remarkable.
Really
yeah.
good. It was worth the extra 6 minutes we've run over just for that.
Yeah.
I would say.
This year, 2024, they say like the first big meme of the year was that guy getting stuck in a vase at a wedding. that went viral. It's a year of doing weird shit at weddings.
Yeah, well, I guess weddings are kind of a breeding ground for weird shit, right?
Wouldn't it be incredible to like find out just as a fly on the wall what that woman thinks now?
Yeah, where is she now?
I reckon
Let's make a Facebook group.
I
They'll be
could
old.
find that
Venue.
venue.
Yeah.
Because I know how far it took me to walk, and I know exactly where I began. Because I remember exactly where the house party was. I could find.
We could
that
what three
no-
words it, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We say, were you at this
And
location?
I would be able to find because at Google Earth, right, Google Maps, whatever, I'd be able to find a walled garden with a pool in it, right?
Yeah.
I'd be able to see that
Oh,
from
yeah.
space.
And we know you slept in a barn on the way home.
Yes, I
So
know exactly.
then there must
that
be
barn was quite close to the house.
there must
to
be a
fair.
barn nearby.
I know where the
Yeah.
barn was. I could drive you to
Interesting.
the barn now,
Okay,
We could do
so
a
it's
bit-
not far from there.
but I couldn't drive you to the wedding venue
But it
because
must
we
be
walked
near.
there.
But we
it must be
know
near.
Must be
that
near.
in the dark with a sling and blood all over your face.
And I went to a load of gardens. We could work. We could use.
Yeah,
that.
we didn't really focus on that, did we?
oh, that's bad enough.
No, that's yeah. Wow. This
Sorry,
would be,
God.
This would be mad.
Guess I'm not going to heaven now.
Oh, quickly, what one?
Oh shit! I probably hated it.
Probably hate. Hate was
We
incredible.
Can't, we
yeah,
can't get
yeah.
past that.
We're
Can
still
we?
getting past it.
And a very special shout out to Leon, and that was the name of the other person who came by the show.
Yeah, he's probably already stopped
Oh, was
listening.
it? Okay.
And he said never leave a WhatsApp group because he needs to know more about the news.
Oh, there's more
situation.
coming on that.
Oh, sweet.
Not
Part 5 coming soon.